Hey Nadeem, how you doing? Twin Munoz, you was here mad freaking early and it starts at 8:30. But I appreciate you stopping by. Um, I haven't been here for a while, so I'm gonna just let some people trickle in before I put let me put the link in the chat if anybody wants to hop on. You know the rules. Don't be coming up here showing your dick, doing the most. And I do have my rec up. Hey Davis, how you doing? I guess tonight, since the Wilder and Fury fight is next weekend, we could. I'm pretty sure people are gonna want to talk about that tonight, but we could talk about anything boxing. I feel like Wilder and Fury has been beaten to death, but who am I to stop the boxing talk? Uh, Hello, G5, Jeff TV, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Anybody want to hop on? As let me see if I could pin this. Pin, no. The link I'm putting in the chat is for people who want to hop on and talk their shit. I know you guys missed me. It's a very awkward one. I'm up here by myself because I'll be waiting for everybody to sign in on the chat so they be a real conversation. Oh, that thing. I need to remember. Okay, Julius. Okay, yes, you know what? Julius always saves my life. What is it? Come on, did it add it to the stream? Julius is backstage. I'm trying to add you. Um, did I not do it right? Julius, log off and log back on, cause yeah, it really is Lee. That's why I love when people like Julius. Every time I come on, he's like my first guest to hop on, and that's how we pop it off. That's how the conversation start. And I'll be on the chat later. So, all right, add to stream. Why is it not adding? The fuck? Um. Oh, maybe I see it trying to. Is it my internet? Can you hear me, Julius? I feel like it looks like Julius is trying to log on. I don't know if it's my internet. Probably is. Um, and please, for if we're gonna be talking about Wilder and Fury, if the fanatics for both are gonna be in here cursing at each other and doing the most, I don't want to do that because I know it gets crazy when y'all talk about Wilder and Fury. So yeah, say that. I don't know. That's why it's having trouble. Yeah, log off and log back on, Julius. I don't know what's going on. Um, I just posted the link on Twitter so people will start logging on. Because literally I can't sit up here and talk by myself. I can't do it. All right, I'm gonna try this again, Julius. Let's try this again. Add to stream. I don't know if it's why. I mean, because I was able to add myself. Add myself. Yeah, I think it's maybe your internet. I know that Checkmate will be here soon to argue with folks. I ain't been partying, Brandon. I've been very busy moving and stuff, so I'm not gonna put that all on the internet. Why isn't it not adding Julius? Somebody else try to log on just to see if it's Julius's thing that's not. Yeah, G5. I just want to see a good fight too. Um, but when people start talking about Wilder and Fury, it gets crazy. Uh, it can't be my internet because I added myself. Add. Yeah, it's not me. It's not mine. Um, I have to wait till some folks come in because I haven't been on for a while, so they probably don't even know that I'm on this thing tonight. I posted it on Facebook, Twitter, so we'll see. In the meantime, I'll keep drinking and let that settle in. Nadim, you don't wanna hop on, Nadim? You're like one of the funniest guys on Twitter, and that's how you made the pound for pound list today. All right, Julius, let's try this one more time. Oh, it disappeared. Oh, this is so awkward sitting here by myself. I can't do that. I have to make sure that like when I go live that I have like a few people ready to go because I can't sit up here like this by myself. And Julius is trying to log on. He's trying so hard. Yeah, because I'm adding myself. So, all right, let me check Twitter and see who who's on here. Oh, buddy. All right. All right, good because yo, it's been like what time is it? It's been 8 minutes. So that's normal. People usually don't trickle until a little later, but Julius has been trying to log on and it's not working for him. Julius is like my jump off partner. Like when he gets on, we get the conversation going. So I apologize that I am like not the one to sit up here and talk by myself. I'm not babysitting. I'm not babysitting. I've already drunk half of this drink. And as per some folks, I'm an alcoholic. So I can't look like an alcoholic on my life. Whatever. I'm gonna drink what the fuck I want. So, and that person is probably tuned in right now. And yes, I have mango and Bacardi in my cup. And some of y'all be so scared to get up in here. I don't understand why. Because when I be seeing a lot of y'all online, y'all talk a lot of shit. Then when it's ready to get like on live, you guys disappear. All right, Julius, let's. Uh, but you see, Julius, I think you have to turn on your mic and your camera or something because I don't even see your camera is on or not. That's probably what's the issue. Like usually when you log on, I see you, but there's nothing popping up when you log on. All right, see, checkmate. Yeah, see, checkmate's on that. So I think it's you, Julius. Checkmate, you saved my life, yo.
Hey, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Maybe it's my internet. Checkmate. Check, check.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It's
But
just funny. When
it's not,
I was,
you sound very distorted. I don't know this. I know it's October 1st, but you sound
yeah,
very spooky.
yeah, I actually sound like a robot. I hear everything sounds like a robot. Let me try to refresh
Yeah,
it.
what the fuck is that, yo? Maybe the. All right, so Julius, I think it's your thing because Checkmate was able to log on, but when you log on, I can't see you in the camera. Twin Munoz, really? I appreciate it, but yeah, you did sound like Darth Vader. That was kind of creepy, right? Be deal. Nobody was that. So Julius is having trouble. Let's try this again. Check me, because you did sound like Darth Vader. Darth Vader. Okay, I think your sound is better.
All right, how about now?
Much better. Oh my god. So that I think that
I
was
took
Julius's thing was messed up. Um, because
nah.
he's trying to log on, but his camera or nothing doesn't pop up. How you been? I know
Yeah,
I've
for
been like
whatever reason,
MIA.
I know, right? I'm like, man, like I know you was moving and doing, doing everything, but it's been a minute. It's been like at least 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, but that's how long
Maybe a
it
month.
takes to. I'm not even like settled in yet. I already have my stuff delivered, but I haven't even unpacked it or nothing like that. But I wanted to get on and get things going at least, so people don't forget about
Listen,
me.
oh, you know we ain't gonna forget about you, but now you mango mommy full time now. You ain't got to deal with the cold no more, no
No,
snow.
no. See, look, I'm gonna try to add. See, Julius, when you log on, um, it doesn't show your picture. Like when Checkmate logs on, it automatically shows him. So I don't know. Maybe you need to clear your cache. Anyways, are you guys excited for next week? That finally gonna go down.
Man, listen, I'm gonna have so many people block me after Wilder KO Fury, and
My God.
it's going to be amazing. British boxing is going to hate me. See, I remember a couple years ago, I used to have conversations back and forth with Barry Hearn. Eddie Hearn used to message me under a fake name. The reason why I knew it because every time he would message me, I lined it up where he would be online and things he would say, and I called him out on it. But
Mm.
I'm going to
But you know
get
what?
Barry Hearn.
If if Wilder loses, you're not gonna disappear, right?
I probably will.
Really? At least you're honest. Because let me tell you,
Listen,
I'm gonna be if Wilder loses, I know that Art Man. I'm curious to see what happens with Art Man on Twitter because I wonder if he's gonna stand there and take the wrath of people on Twitter. If Wilder loses, it's gonna be very interesting. So, but at least you were honest. You
listen.
said you probably will. You probably will disappear if Wilder loses.
I'm keeping it
That's
real.
very honest. Yeah.
Listen, when Wilder lost the last time, it took something out of my boxing soul. I wasn't, you know what I mean? I haven't really, I wasn't the same after that. It just everything changed. I stopped caring. It was just like, man, it was just, I don't know, piece of my soul was gone.
God. I you know I love boxing, but I don't know if a piece of my soul will go missing if somebody loses because I feel like that's
My
just
boxing soul.
yeah, but it's too invested because let me tell you, I feel like if he loses and then people start coming at you, you're gonna get suspended because you're gonna be doing the most. You're gonna like get offended by some of the comments. It's because it's gonna hit your soul.
Well,
And
the thing about me, if I never get defended, you could talk about my mama, you could talk about my son, you could talk about anything. I don't care. I never get offended by anything anyone says on here. But the problem is they get offended when I clap back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can't take it when when I clap back, and I be getting, they'll block me and all that other stuff. So,
But in people's defense, checkmate, you be doing the most.
well,
You go,
listen.
you go full throttle. Like, so I know that. Oh, I know if Vonda wins, you're gonna have like video. I know you probably have videos already edited for
No,
for this.
not yet. I
Not
don't
yet.
have
I'm
anything. No,
surprised.
no.
Wait,
Because
actually,
I gotta take it from I gotta get
from the
it
take from the
from
fight.
the
Yeah.
action. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, I'll have a video up within an hour after
I,
Wilder knocks him out. Trust me.
all right. There goes videos. Okay, boom.
Is the mic on?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry, I'll have a video up within an hour after Wilder knocks him out. Trust me.
All right.
Is the mic on?
Yeah, but you gotta turn the volume off on your
Trust me.
like on your laptop. 'Cause
Jameer, come on.
Yeah, we're getting a major feedback, Julie.
the feedback on the laptop. So if you're on a laptop, you gotta turn the sound off on the laptop.
But man, let me tell you something. I am so excited. It's going to be the final nail in the coffin of British boxing in the USA. All the arrogance, all the we this, we that. No, these mice are going to climb under a refrigerator and die for good.
Oh my
They're going to
God.
go. Like I said, listen, I know I'm going to disappear for a couple of days because I'm emotionally invested. I'm
I
keeping
am
it
too.
real.
I am too. I am too. But you know what? I don't want to give people like any ammo. So like if somebody loses that I'm going for, I gotta show face and I'll just take it head
No,
on,
I'm gonna show
whatever.
face. No, I'm gonna show face. I'm gonna
Well, for
show
this fight, I'm
face.
not
I'm gonna
invested
let them
like
say. I'm
that.
gonna
I'm
talk
not
my
invested for
talk,
like
and
that.
then I'll probably
Yeah.
disappear for about a week or two. Yeah. So I'm
So
watching in a movie theater like I did Wilder Fury 2. We watched it. It was like 8 of us. We watched it in a movie theater, packed house, stand room only, and that atmosphere was just incredible. So I got to do the movie theater again. Um, but man, I'm so looking. I'm so ready for it.
oh, here goes Kevin Jackson. Wilder needs a big performance. He needs to really knock Fury out bad. Yeah, I really feel like that might happen because Wilder has like um he has that get it back in blood spirit, and I don't know. It just takes one of his punches to knock you out. I mean, the first fight I felt like it was a long count. That's just me. They let him get up like the freaking Undertaker. He came back alive, and then that fight was like that. But I hope nothing pops up next week where this fight is like canceled or something because I feel like this fight has the heebie-jeebies on it. Everything that could go
Well,
wrong went wrong with this fight. So
I'm ready. I mean, I'm so excited. Man, I just can't. Man, I can't wait because I'm telling you, I'm going to get blocked by so many different people. Listen, Mike Carpenter is going to block me. Pugs is going to block me. Montero is going to block me. Dougie
they don't have
Fisher,
they don't have you blocked
he's going to
already.
block. Huh?
They don't have you blocked already.
No, 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 no. Not under this new name. The only
Well,
one who
speak
got me
very
blocked
well.
under this the new name is what's his name? Rick Glazer.
Glazier. Okay.
Yeah, that racist.
Yeah, you.
But yeah,
But he lets a lot of people slide, so you must have like really got up under his skin.
no, all I did was checkmate him. All I did was checkmate him with facts. That's it. That's it. I just call whenever I call somebody out on their lives and I show proof, they block me. People like that. And I'm not saying everybody do it, but people like that who's all they do is, push propaganda and they have an agenda. You know what I mean? They're getting this money from Bob Arum or MTK Global. They have an agenda. So when you embarrass them, you know what I mean, in their medium, they really can't take that because there's no comeback.
So I have a question. Whoever wins this fight, should they fight? Who should they fight next? because AJ and Usyk already have the rematch in place. They already
This is my thing. I don't think AJ is going to take the immediate rematch. I believe
he already did.
AJ.
No,
No, no, listen, listen.
he
Hear me
already
out. Hear me
exercised
out.
it.
Hear me out. He exercised the rematch clause to save face. Think about if he didn't exercise the rematch clause, the drudging he would have took. So I think he's going to come up with some type of injury or something where he's
No,
not going to actually take the rematch, right?
no.
And then he's going to face the winner because he's hoping he can face Wilder because that would be more money. He would be
I don't
he would
agree. I don't agree. I think that
you know,
he exercised the rematch and he will, just like he did with Andy Ruiz. Um, I don't think that he's scared to fight Usyk again. So he did bust Usyk up a little bit, and I just feel like he didn't use his size, his reach. Those are things that he could work on. So I don't think that he's gonna shy away from the rematch. Definitely
this is
not.
the reason why I do. If he loses, he is done. He's
No,
already
no, no.
halfway.
He's
But
with
if
Eddie
he
Hearn. Eddie Hearn's
loses,
not gonna let him be done. Like no matter how many, he's not gonna be done. That's just what it is. Like
well, I mean,
he
he's
could
going to
lose
be
his fight.
done
He could
as
lose the
far as
rematch, and he'll still get big fights because of Eddie Hearn. And he just signed for like a long contract, so he's not going nowhere. Eddie Hearn's gonna
no,
get him
yeah.
those fights.
When I say done, I'm talking about as far as this global superstar thing that they're building. Americans already, feel a certain way about him just because the way they disrespected Al Heyman and disrespected Wilder and lied about the 50 million. Remember, they are the ones who deprived the world of an undisputed, right? So when he loses twice to, you know, like mentally he's going to be done. Look at it as Adrian Bronner. He will be the Adrian Broner of the heavyweights because he'll be
Uh,
mentally
uh,
shot.
but Adrian Broner is like a different case. Like he's like drinking and like doing the most. Like I don't feel like AJ is like that. I just don't. I feel like he's gonna take this rematch. If he loses, which he may not, you know, he has the size
Okay.
again. He has the reach. Like he did. It wasn't like a blowout. So like Usyk was very beatable. Like it wasn't a
He
blowout. So he
he
definitely
should
has
have beat him.
the room to win that fight. You know.
The problem is AJ is so arrogant. He actually thought he can outbox the boxer.
I don't think he's arrogant. I don't think he's
What?
arrogant. I
Oh
don't think
my
he's like one of
God.
the most humble. He's like one of the most humble fighters. Are you serious right
I gotta send you some vids to let you see what I see, and then you'll understand. There's nothing
now? No.
humble about him. But
I
the
think
thing
I
about
don't
it,
I
he
think he's
thought
a
he could
humble fighter.
outbox the boxer.
He's a humble boxer. I've never even seen him really talk shit to like even boast a fight up. Like he's always like even in a loss, he he's very gracious to like the winner. Like he's not like one of those cocky fighters. And that's what I feel like he's missing. Like I feel like he needs that dog in him to kind of like that gritty, like I'm a New York Knicks fan, so I feel like he needs like that old New York gritty shit in him to like win a fight. Mr.
Uh,
Julius.
See, I think he's arrogant, but he definitely don't have that dog in him. You know why?
No,
Because
he doesn't have the dog in him for sure. Yeah.
he's trying to portray this image, this PC image and marketable image. Now, again, I'm not knocking him for it. You know what I mean? Sugar Ray Leonard had that type of image. George Foreman developed that type of image when you want to be that media darling and so forth. So he has to maintain an image. I believe once he get off camera, he's probably try to be as hood as he want to be. But like I said, I just think when he actually thought he could outbox the boxer with him being so slow, and he really is off balance a lot. You know what I mean? He doesn't have great balance, and for him to be so slow and try to outbox, I just thought that was a ridiculous game plan.
So I have a question for you. Like, what did you think he looked like in the second Ruiz fight? Like, did you feel like he made those adjustments that he needed to make when he won that fight to beat Ruiz, which he did?
I couldn't hear you. Repeat
Oh,
that.
I said, what do you think? What's your take on the rematch when he had with Ruiz when he won that fight? Do you
Okay.
think those adjustments he made to win that
He,
fight? He was
he,
like a different fighter, you know?
well, he ran for dear life. He barely engaged. You know what I mean? But this is my thing. I gave him credit for that, but you know what? It was more. This is my honest assessment of it. He
So
ran, he
wait,
did what he boxed and moved, he stick and move. Remember, he was building himself this powerful guy, this Adonis. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm powerful. I'm gonna
I
knock
feel like
everyone,
no, I feel
right?
like that's what you think of him. I don't feel like he's been, I don't feel like he's been going around parading like that. I
I'm
don't.
going to
I don't.
show. I'll make a
What's
special video of AJ
send it to
arrogance
me.
just for you.
But
Okay,
no,
but
when the video that you're gonna send me, is it gonna be him trying to build up a fight, like talking shit to build up a fight?
no, no,
Because
no, no, no,
if
no.
that's
It's
it,
just
then that don't count, you know? That's how you sell fights.
no.
You gotta talk shit.
No, listen. I never said he was a bum, right? Never called him a bum. I would never disrespect him like that. I think he got skills. I just think he's slow. He's robotic. It's like he's mentally it's like he's let me throw the job, let me throw the uppercut. It's like he's routine in his performance. It doesn't seem organic to me, right? You know. So this is my thing here. In the Ruiz, I took more away from what Ruiz didn't do than what
Didn't
he
do.
did do. If Ruiz came in the same mental condition, in the same physical condition as he did the first fight, Ruiz would have ran away with that. Ruiz was partying. You know what I mean? Think about that. That's what generally happens to. It's a human trait. You know what I mean? You
I
go from nothing. He was poor. He was broke. He was sleeping on his mother's couch, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, this guy got millions. It's a natural thing that happens to humans. Some people go crazy, and he did that. If there was a rematch, Ruiz would beat him. Ruiz, you know what I mean? That's just the way I see it. So it was a combination of AJ changing his style as well as Ruiz being 50% or 20% of what he was the first fight.
No, I agree. Like Ruiz did not come prepared for that fight. Like he was still in celebration mode from the win of the first fight. So he went out and ate up everything, all the tacos, pizza, drinking it up, modelos, beer. He was doing the most. And he was not in shape for that fight. But I do think that AJ put in that work to make the adjustments that he needed to do to
Absolutely.
get that win. And I just want to
Yeah,
address this
I
guy, Twin Munoz, talking about you a Knicks fan? Like I got to chill. What do you mean I got to chill? The Knicks, I'm always gonna be a Knicks fan, and I'm loyal to a fault with them. But you gotta chill. Get off my life talking shit about the Knicks. All right. So go ahead.
listen.
Checkmate.
I think what was I gonna say? I give him credit for the adjustments that he made because he went, you know what I mean, 180. He went from this I'm a brawler to I'm a stick and move. He went from telling Tyson Fury he's a coward from sticking and moving to him trying to copy Tyson Fury's moves. So so I give him credit for changing his game plan because that was the only way he had a chance. But like I said, if Ruiz was the Ruiz from that first fight, I think Ruiz would have won. He just didn't have he didn't have anything. He was fat, he was bloated. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was
he was big. Yeah,
uninspired.
he was living in the
He
moment
was
from his
living off the
first.
hog, you
So
know. Even his manager, his trainer, Robley at the time, he said Ruiz wasn't even training.
yeah,
You know, so
he was feeling himself is what he was doing. So what else fights could we talk about? Because I feel like I know we're gonna probably talk about this later on when everybody else logs on. We have what?
okay, sure.
Herring and Shakur.
Canelo and Plant.
All right, Canelo and Plant. Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
am if right now
Who
for
do you have?
Plant to win. If the betting odds right now 3,300 to 1 for Plant to win. I'm betting $500 that Plant's going to win. You understand? I'm going to walk away with over $30,000 just by betting $500 for Plant to win.
But no, you're going to lose $500.
Uh,
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, my guy. I'm sorry to tell you. So
Hey,
if
listen, I'm
you
betting.
have $500 to lose, go ahead and put that on there. But you're going to walk away
I
with
am betting
$30,000.
for Plant to
I'm
win.
sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not gonna happen.
Okay,
You know,
listen.
I feel like he's gonna make it a good fight or whatever, but he's not on Canelo's level. I'm sorry, he's not on Canelo's level. And then he's over here
Okay,
trying to like run away, like he like put his fingers like on Canelo's face, but he's the one that ended up with like a gash on his face. He was already missing blows, and his defense wasn't even right at the presser. So, you know, if you have $500 to throw away, be my guest.
well,
But
I got $35,000
you know,
to win.
well, no, Nadeem says that you win 3K, you win 3,000, not 30,000.
No, you win 3K. Well, no, it was because hold up, because it was let me put it in. Whatever it was,
I don't know
3K.
about it.
Whatever it is, I'm putting $500 down on that 3,300 to 1 odds. I can't, there's no way in the world I can
So
miss
no,
up on.
but what I'm asking you is, so you have $500 to lose, right?
I have, yeah, absolutely. I
Okay,
have disposable funds.
because well, that's gonna be disposed of. Like you're not gonna get.
Look
He's
at
not
you.
gonna.
Look
I'm
at you.
sorry, he's not
Okay.
going to win. He's gonna
Oh,
do. He's gonna make it a good fight, but Canelo's gonna like tear that body up. Like
okay.
he's
Let me
gonna
ask you.
he's gonna fuck Plan up. I'm sorry, he's gonna fuck Plan up, and you heard it here first. All right, you heard
Let
it
me
here
ask
first.
you. Was Billy Joe Saunders on Canelo level?
No,
But Billy Joe Sanders was winning the fight before that one punch.
and then what happened? His face got
Ah,
cracked, right?
but this is my point.
And then
Billy Joe Sanders,
his
I had.
face. Some fighters and like Canelo, they take a couple of rounds to like break you down, and then bop, you get your
Okay.
face cracked. You get your face cracked, and that's what happened. The motherfucker is already contemplating retirement and everything. So he was doing the most before the fight. So that face
This
cracking was nice.
this is my thing. Plant is the naturally bigger guy, but he's faster than Canelo, and his footwork is better than Canelo. Canelo has reduced himself to a plodding. I'm gonna come forward. I'm gonna throw a couple of punches here, a couple of punches there. I'm gonna hook to the body. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is not a volume puncher. I think he probably learned that from Floyd or something like that. But he has diminished his output. You know what I mean? Because he looks to try to get people out. But the thing about it is the people he's been facing lately, like the Yilderman, like the Calum Smiths, and people like that, they weren't looking to win. They were just looking to survive. They picked up a check. They
I have
didn't
a
have
question for
anything
you.
to bring to the table.
So I have a question for you, because this is what I always ask people, because they always run this story that you just did right now. Who has Caleb Plant beat to make you talk like that? That's just
It's not even about who
who has he
you
beat
asked me the
that was like
question.
of like high caliber, that you saw all these like
I'm
skills
looking at
that pays the
styles.
bill. Okay.
Okay. To answer your question, because again, I look at styles. Styles make fights as well as physicality and so forth. Listen, how much I won? I think $11,000 that I won on because I picked T.O. to beat Loma. Nobody, I picked T.O. to beat Loma. I actually did. Okay, because who did T.O. fight before? Nobody. He was a prospect, but I felt like physically Loma was too small. So I was like, Loma struggled against Loma struggled
I'm not
against
sold on Plant.
Campbell,
I'm just not sold on
but
Plant. I feel
and
like
I'm
you
not
guys
sold on the Canelo can climb that
I
tree.
feel like you guys are
Plant is a little
holding
faster.
Plant up here because y'all want Canelo to lose so
No,
bad.
no.
But you're
Listen,
putting all your marbles. You're putting your $500 on Plant, and
I,
you
I'm a
first of all
buy.
you're gonna lose your money, and then I don't know if Canelo's gonna crack his jaw or his cheek. He's gonna crack something, and this is what's gonna happen.
Okay,
Plant is
listen.
just
Once I win all
Plant.
that money, I'm gonna buy some of your mama's honey, and I want you to go ahead, and I want you to go take it to some shelters or give it, give it to some families or whatever the case may be. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my god.
I'll buy $500 worth of honey. How about that? Okay.
Are you heard it here,
So
y'all? If Plant wins, well, you know what? Then I'm gonna have a lot of honey in stock. 'Cause you're not gonna buy. You're not. You're not
and I
gonna.
want
You're not.
you to take it to some shelters or you know what I mean, give it to some families in need, whatever. But that's what I will do. I don't need to take possession of it, but I'll pay for it and say, okay, Henry jars, and I'll, you know what I mean. So I'm going to
So
do good with that.
specifically, what it is about Plant that makes you think that he's going to beat Canelo? You said his footwork. Is that what you
I think his footwork and
said?
he's a slick fighter. Plant is a
I don't
slick
know.
fighter. He could be very elusive, and Canelo is a plotting fighter. Canelo feet is like he got cement bricks. When he
Okay.
moves his footwork, I mean, he's very slow and methodical. You know what I'm saying? And I believe Plant is, 6'1". Plant is 6'1". You know what I mean? He's going to come in there heavier than Canelo, and he's going to come in there slicker than Canelo. And I believe Plant just has enough to keep him off. To keep him off. Canelo is very skillful. I never, ever, ever called Canelo a bum. I don't think he's the best 168. I think that's um, uh, David Benavidez is the best 168. I think Jamal Charlo is the best 160. So no, I don't think Canelo is the best. Obviously, I don't think he's number one pound for pound. I don't even do pound for pound list. But anyway, but
Why
my
you
point
think
is this.
why do you think that Plant hasn't fought Benavidez yet?
Well, Benavidez will beat him.
And so will Canelo.
Is Hey, I don't think the 5'8.5" Canelo is going to climb that tree. And
The height don't got nothing to do with it. Cause what was the guy's name? He fucked his arm all up. That motherfucker
oh
was tall too.
yeah, he was a Euro
Come
bum.
on. So,
He
but
was
still, like
sipping tea
the
with
height
his
don't
pinky
matter.
finger extended.
He breaks the body down. He breaks the body down.
Right, but you got to stand there and let him break a body down. Listen, these Euro bums, they got a style that's just not, they come over and fight Americans and they just lose. It's just what it is
But
because of the
wait,
styles.
when Plant fought damn, what's his name? Caleb Trax, what's his name?
Truex.
Truex. Did that go all 12 rounds? It did, right?
I know he knocked him down like 3 times.
But did
I
it
don't
go all
know.
12 rounds? I'm
I
asking
have
you.
to check. I'm not sure. I know
Oh.
he knocked him down three times.
Did Caleb Truex fight? Did he go all 12 rounds with him? I'm drinking, so I don't have the facts on my head
I
right now.
thought you were drinking mango juice.
With Bacardi.
Ah.
It went on 12 rounds with so it went on 12 rounds with Caleb Truex. So you mean to tell me that this guy is gonna stop Canelo?
I never said he was gonna knock
And
Canelo
he
out.
went 12 rounds with Caleb Truex. Okay.
No,
Go ahead and lose
no,
your $500.
no. I never said he would knock Canelo out. I say he's gonna outbox him. And I'm putting $500. I might listen. You keep talking. I might up it to 1,000.
Go ahead. I mean, that's your money. You taking it on mine. Well, you trying to lose $1,000? That's on you.
Yeah, but honestly, based on my assessments and my boxing assessment has been spot on. I have not lost a boxing bet on Twitter yet. I am undefeated.
I mean, there's always a first for everything. So
yeah, it is. It is.
So,
It absolutely is. But
I mean,
I just feel like
I'm not convinced with the Plant thing. I'm just sorry.
I
I'm just
feel
not.
you.
And so I wouldn't advise you to bet $500 on it. But it's
I
your
am
money.
betting
You could do it.
$500 and then I'm going to buy some honey.
So yes, y'all, my mom, we have bees in the backyard, and We make honey, so I'm gonna start helping her sell her honey. It's very good, raw, unprocessed honey. Uh, so yeah, I should have had one of the bottles ready to go to like show right here, but Julius, I feel like your thing is not working tonight. He's trying to hop on so bad, but it's not working. Um, who else? So somebody was there was a fight that we're talking about. Navarrete and Joel Gonzalez. That's a good fight.
Who?
Um,
Navarrete?
Navarrete and Joel Gonzalez, the one who went 12 rounds with Shakur Stevenson. So yeah, I mean Navarrete's gonna take this. Actually, I don't really think Joet's gonna do that much to be honest. Navarrete's gonna tear this guy up. Um, but Navarrete is another guy that I feel that I'll keep talking because he'll come back on. I feel that Navarrete is another guy that Shakur Stevenson um ducked because um when he was able to fight him, he moved up in weight and that was another fight that he does. And all of a sudden he wanted to call him out now that he's at 130. Um Oh yeah, we could talk about Bud and Porter, but I feel like Joet Gonzalez, he went 12 rounds also with Shakur Stevenson. Should y'all be in the chats and on Twitter talking about Shakur's a dog and he's gonna be knocking people out, but he couldn't even knock Joet Gonzalez out. Like that was a long, drawn out 12 rounds. Um, this guy supposedly called him the N word. He was fucking his sister or whatever. He couldn't even get this guy out of there. So yeah, no, he's not smashing his sister still, but he didn't put his brother out, her brother out like he should have. So yeah, what do you guys think about the Bud and Porter fight? I feel like Bud's gonna take this. I mean, I feel like Porter's gonna always give a good fight like he does because he's a dog in there. But um, Porter has been knocked out, not knocked out. He's been knocked down by Adrian Broner like that. I just don't see him beating Bud. That's just me. But by the stoppage via uppercut, I agree, son. Um, but Shakur wants to always say about this, double don't talk about exactly. Mr. Kevin Jackson. I feel like he had the opportunity to fight Navarrete and also Warrington. He passed up on those, but what do I know? Um, who's saying Shakur? A lot of people. Oh my God, a lot of people. A lot of people are saying that Shakur Stevens is a knockout artist, and I'm like, show me. Tell me who the fuck has he knocked out like that for you to be saying that he's gonna be knocking somebody out? I haven't seen it, and he has not knocked nobody out like that to be calling him a KO artist. Like, is he all of a sudden he's gonna unlock this magic door that we haven't seen? The fuck? Like seriously, no. Like on Twitter, they say that they's like he's gonna knock Herring out, and I'm like, who has he been knocking out like that for you to say that? Like seriously. Um. So they brought up a good fight. Who do you have for Bud and Porter?
I have difficult fight because Terrence Crawford has never been in with a dog like that who's pressure him with, you know. So it's a difficult fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Um, Obviously, Crawford has the skill, has better skills, but Porter has that dog, and I've never seen Crawford in a fight with someone swarming him. So I haven't even I can't call it yet. I'm still assessing that. But if I
You
had
can't
to
call it
lean,
yet.
if someone had to say, and I like Crawford, he's Spence is better, but I like Crawford. But when it comes to Porter, I just don't know if Bud is strong enough to keep Porter off.
Well, what makes you say spend? I this is why I can't debate with people. Why do you say Spence is better than Bud? Because he has fought,
Oh,
quote
no.
unquote,
The reason. Go ahead. Finish your statement.
because he's fought, quote unquote, better fighters in 147. Because that's what y'all would go with. But like, I don't think, I don't. I'm
Okay.
I'm a Spence fan as well, but I don't think that he don't have that dog in him like Bud does. That's just
Did
what
you
it
did you
is.
just say Spence don't have the dog in him?
That's what I said. I don't
I'm.
think he has a.
Let me
I don't
check
think he
that
has
part.
a dog. I don't think he
Let
has
me
a
check
dog
that part.
in him like Bud does. No,
Are you
I didn't. I
kidding
didn't
me?
stutter. I didn't stutter. I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't. I
the
meant what I
reason.
said.
Well, listen. They're at 147. It's impossible for Crawford to be above Spence at 147 at this point. It's just, again, he's fought 5 fights at 147, has not fought anyone of any level. That's not taking. That's just taking, from the fact that he has yet to prove himself against top level talent at 147. Now, his talent, again, Crawford is a very crafty. You say he has that dog. I wouldn't call him a dog at all. He's a very crafty fighter. When I
But he
think of
has
Terrence
dog in him
Crawford,
too.
it, he I don't. He's not that doggish type of fighter. Spence is that I'm going to dog you. I'm going to dog you out. I'm going to get in that gut. I'm going to. Crawford's style is a little. Again, he's elusive. He's you know what I mean. He's very crafty. He could be very awkward. To me, Crawford is a smaller version of Andre. Both of them are very, very crafty. You never know what angles their punches are going to come from. So I don't underestimate either one of them, but you can't look at them and say, okay, the fundamentals, they do this, they do that. When I look at Errol Spence, he can fight you two ways. Remember, from when he fought Kell Brook, it went to war. Fought Porter, it went to war. When he fought Mikey Garcia, he threw 1,082 punches. He showed a dynamic to his boxing skills that no one knew he had. So to me, Terrence Crawford has never shown me those levels that Spence possessed. I like Crawford. Not again, he deserved all the accolades he get.
But how many
But when it
Crawford
comes
fights have
to
you
those
saw?
two,
How many Crawford fights have you saw? Like he picks people apart.
I'm,
Like, are
I'm
you
sorry.
crazy? How many Crawford fights have you seen? Like, have you not seen him
I've
pick people
seen
apart? He's knocked out
I've
almost all
seen
his
them, but
opponents.
I've seen them, but I also have to look at, okay, well, what is the opposition? Who is he picking apart? Who exactly is he picking apart? The people that he was picking apart, you know what I mean? Is that again? It's not even about the resumes. It's about the skill sets, because there could be a person that you don't even know that could bring some whoop ass to the table. And when it comes to Terrence Crawford, I haven't seen that person that, okay, he maybe a person who's never fought anybody, whatever, and all of a sudden he just brought that dog. Like, wow, where did he come from? He got skill. Who is his number one opponent that he's faced? Crawford so far. And again, I'm not judging the resume. I'm trying to go off the person that you feel like, who's his best opponent to date.
You see, this is what you guys always say when you
No,
can't give me the
I'm just
answer
asking.
of uh like you can't make an argument of what you're saying of how Terrence doesn't have a dog in him. Like,
But to me, the dog is that style. Terrence Crawford is not built like that. You know what I mean? Sean Porter got that. He's the dog original. He's the dog, the junkyard dog. You know what I mean?
no,
He's a
I
gritty,
don't really
gritty.
feel
Terrence Crawford is.
he's like an aggressive fighter, but like Porter has dog in him too. But for you to say that Terrence doesn't have dog in him, I don't know how you can fix your mouth to say that. Like you
I
gotta
did
be.
listen.
You gotta
Terrence
be sipping something
Crawford.
crazy out your red cup, because yeah.
Maybe your
Oh
definition
my
of
gosh,
dog is different.
what's your
Your
definition of
definition
dog?
of dog is
Well,
different.
what's your
He's not
definition of
a
dog? What's your definition of dog?
just. I mean, a definition. My definition of dog is a fighter. Sean Porter is a classic dog. Errol Spence is that dog. You know what I mean? When they get in and up close, that body work, you know what I mean? That constant motion. Crawford is you know what I mean? Crawford is crafty. He's elusive. He's not going to stand there and just tee off. That's just not his style. He will get you out there. He will knock you out. He will catch you with them angles. You know what I mean? I never said you know what I mean? He's a champion.
No,
He
you say he
deserves
doesn't
all
have
that.
dog in him. You say he doesn't have dog in
No,
him because I
no,
I
I
said
said
that and you said
he's not that dog house type of fighter. It's just not him. That person, you know, that grimy, gritty, that's just not him. Floyd Mayweather is not a dog.
I'm not talking
Okay.
about Floyd Mayweather. I'm not talking
I
about
know,
Floyd
but I have
Mayweather.
to, but I have to make the correlation. I love Floyd Mayweather, TBE, but he's not a dog. That's not his style. Floyd Mayweather was a dog when he was 130 and 135.
I feel
He
like
was a
I feel like
dog.
you have a haze because you
I
obviously
like
you're no
Crawford.
you like Crawford, but you're obviously a Spence fan. You said that
No,
Spence has dog in him, and I don't think that Spence is a dog like that. I when I compare the two, like Spence and Crawford, I feel like Crawford is the one that has a dog in him, not Spence.
okay. Again, that's why I had to go to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is not a dog. That's not his style. Okay. When you think of a boxer, an elusive, crafty fighter, you
Like,
don't
don't
think
you
of
think
them as
like all of I want to say I don't even know how many fights, but the last maybe 8 or 9 fights, he's knocked all his opponents out, and Spence hasn't done that.
huh?
He hasn't done that. He hasn't knocked all his fighters out like that.
Okay. Well,
Am I crazy for saying that?
no, but okay.
Chat.
Now,
Am I
then
crazy for
this is when
saying that?
no, but this is when we get to the level of opposition. Spence has what, 21 KOs, right? 20 26, 27 fights, 21 KOs. The thing about the opposition is he's running the table. He's fighting the best. You know what I mean? So think about all the fighters that his last fighter, all the fighters his last 4 or 5 fighters have been champions. So he's actually clearing the division. You know what I mean? And like I said, when he fought Kell Brook like a dog. You know what I mean? He wasn't slick. He wasn't crafty. He just went doghouse. When he fought Porter, he was a dog. You know what I mean? When he fought Mikey Garcia, he was a
He was not.
boxer.
He was.
He didn't
He
bring
was.
that
I was
dog
with.
to the he didn't bring the
He
dog to the
he
Mikey
wanted to,
Garcia.
like, when you guys try to say that he wasn't trying to knock him out, like that's what all fighters try to do. They want to knock the fight out, the opponent out. So you here to tell me that he wasn't trying to knock Mikey Garcia out? That's what you're telling
No,
me?
he didn't. The way he was fighting, he was just his point was, I'm going to prove to the world that I can outbox the boxer. His point was, listen, and when he fought Porter, his point was, I'm going to prove to the people that I can outdog the dog. He fought the wrong fight for Porter. He won. It was tied at 10 rounds, and after 10, he won the last 2 rounds after 10. But he fought the wrong fight versus Porter because he fought Porter doghouse
And
fight.
that's not
He
and that's
won,
not and
but
that's
he
not
could
how
have
it's gonna go.
dominated.
And that's not how it's gonna go when Crawford fights him. It's gonna be a different story.
I'm sorry.
That's not how it's gonna go when Crawford fights him. It's gonna be a different story. I didn't think that I stuttered when I said
Listen,
that.
I never ever have hated on Crawford ever. I think he deserved people's pound for pound. I put him up. I don't do the pound for pound list, but he's above Canelo because he has you know what I mean, a spotless record. He had the undisputed, and then he went on and the WBO. So he's above Canelo in that aspect because he has a spotless record. You know what I mean? But when it comes to, again, the styles, there's 2 different styles. I can't call a finesse fighter a dog. You know what I mean? He's got a heart, obviously, but doghouse is that gritty. You know what I mean? That almost that Mexican style type of thing. That's what I look at as a dog. I'm not talking about his heart. I'm not talking about his ability to knock people out. I'm not talking about You know what I mean? Just
So
being on
you
an elite, he's an elite fighter.
you have Spence further up on your list as pound for pound than Canelo. That's what you said. I don't know if I missed that.
I said Crawford. I said
Oh,
Crawford.
oh, oh, okay, okay.
But the thing about it is Crawford is not. That's why I hate the pound for pound things, because Crawford is not the number one at 147. So it's crazy. Like, okay, you say that's why I despise pound lists. I like to talk about the best in the division. I can order people best in the division, but the pound for pound is always non-objective. You know what I mean? There's always,
I just know that you're a
it's never
Spence
a
fan.
fair.
You're a Spence fan, right? Just like I know that you're a Spence fan because this is what
But
Spence fans do.
Nayka, I just said that I
Checkmate,
like
checkmate.
Bud too.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I feel like you're
but
just saying
I'm
that to
not
say praise.
talking from. I'm not talking from a fan. Oh, I like this person better. I'm talking about styles. I never said who I like better. I'm talking styles. You know what I mean? You got finesse and you got power. You know what I mean? You got finesse, you got dogs. And Crawford is a finesse fighter who's going to knock you out because because he's so crafty. He's going to pinpoint you. I like Crawford. Never, no one has ever heard me say a negative thing about Crawford. I just think Spence is
Yeah.
better. That's all.
Okay. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion.
Well, I can't wait for
But
I look forward to them fighting. His contract is up with Bob Arum after this next fight, and they'll be free to do their dance.
so
So I look
what's your
forward
final
to it.
answer for who's gonna win that fight? I don't that was my question. Like, who's gonna win that fight? And now you're stuck.
Um,
You have to think
no,
about
I couldn't hear you.
who's gonna win. Who's going to win that fight between Bud and Porter?
Well, Bud and Porter, again, I think it's
You
a
don't never you
50-50,
it's
but
just no, that's not a 50 fight. It's not a 50 fight. It's
if
not
I
a
if
50
I
fight.
have to
It's not a
if
50
I had to
fight.
go 50 if I had
It's
to
not
go
a 50 fight.
51-49, if I had to put money down on it, listen, Bud is more skillful than than
You don't
than
want you
than,
don't want to
than
answer the
Porter.
question, my guy. You don't want to answer the question. I said, who's gonna win the fight? Porter or Bud? And you're telling me that it's a 50-50 fight, my guy? I I cannot. And you're stuck on it.
Okay,
You're really stuck.
okay, put it. Okay, let me put it this
The
perspective.
question was
Remember, I
simple.
told
The
you I
question
picked
was
you.
simple. Who's going to win the fight?
It's not a simple question for me.
It
It's
is.
not a simple question.
Why? You're making
It's
it
not, because
difficult.
I think Crawford is more skillful,
So
but I
then,
don't know
so
if
then
he
you
can
should
handle the
you should think
dog.
that Bud should win, no?
No, not necessarily. Why? Because I picked Teofimo to beat Loma. Loma's more skillful than Teofimo, but I just don't think he will be able to get past that, his size and his power. So that's the reason why Loma is more skillful than Teofimo. In fact, I picked Teofimo to win the first fight. If they do a rematch, I would actually pick Loma, in the rematch, because I think he learned, because he actually kind of wiped him out the second half of the fight. So he brought his skill to the table and stopped being scared. He was like a scared little cat in the
Somebody
corner,
wants to ask a
for the
question
first
in the
7 rounds.
chat. Somebody in the chat asked, checkmate boxing. What does Errol do better than Bud and makes you say Errol is better? And don't dance around the
Well,
answer.
my
Just
opinion, Earl's jab is better. Earl's jab is better. I think Earl's, he's obviously the naturally bigger person, so he can absorb more. You know what I mean? We've seen Bud, get rocked a couple of times, whereas Earl's body is a bit more sturdy, where he can handle his punch resistance is a little bit more sturdy. So again, I think Spencer has the better jab. I think Spence is again, as far as the volume, Spence's volume is better. I think Spence could be more accurate, because Bud is accurate, but he doesn't throw volume like that. He's not a volume puncher. He's going to make his shots count. But when it comes to that, I just think Spence will outwork Bud. And I actually, yeah.
Oh my
So I think he would outwork him.
You're entitled to your opinion. Hey, was that a good
Can you?
enough answer for you? Whoever acts like, oh, Mr. 21 Strong. Was that a
Remember,
good enough answer?
Spence threw 1,082 punches in a boxing masterpiece versus Mikey Garcia. If Spence do
Mike,
that
so
against
against Mikey
anybody,
Garcia, like I hate that you say it, like, oh my god, he should have really like got that guy out of there. To be honest,
he didn't
like
try.
that's what you're using as your par level for him being better than Bud. That he
No,
did a
no.
masterpiece performance against Mikey Garcia. That's what
I'm
you're
sure.
saying.
No, I'm saying that he threw 1,082 punches.
I don't give a fuck
He
how many.
landed the most in his career, and he threw the most of his career. He had the highest percentage. So my thing is about this. He has so much dimension. He's multidimensional. Like I said, Crawford is very crafty. He's more craftier than Spence.
I mean, you're
Crawford is a
proving
very
my
crafty
point that
fighter.
you're definitely just a Spence fan. Like you're a Spence fanatic. I'm just gonna
It's
throw it
not.
out there. Yeah,
No.
you
Actually,
are.
my favorite
Own
fighter
it.
is
Own
Javante.
it.
My favorite fighter is Javante.
Maybe it's
So,
Javante, but then your next one is Spence. Because what you're
um,
doing, man, yeah. Like
I would say Wilder's probably my second favorite. Spence, the third. I love excitement. Wilder doesn't have the skill set like that.
so
He's
wait, you love
developing.
you love excitement, but you have Spence as your one of your favorite fighters? Because I don't feel like he's like an exciting fighter to me.
Spence is going to bring. Did you think Spence versus uh what's the guy in UK that he beat? What's his name?
Bro.
Yeah. Did you think that was an exciting fight?
Um, that was how long ago? Like,
I'm going down the line. I'm going down the line.
no, like, what? So you list to me what's exciting
Okay.
about
Did you think
what's
Spence versus
exciting?
Porter
What
was an
makes
exciting fight? It was the fight of the year. How are you going? That it was the fight of the year.
the fight of the year? I wouldn't call that the fight of the year.
That fight was so exciting.
I would not call that the fight of the year. I mean, if for you as a Spence fanatic, you're gonna say that, but that was not the fight of the year.
Why are you
Are you
calling me
kidding
a
me?
Spence fanatic
Because
though?
you are. That was not a fucking. That was
I didn't call
not
you
a
a Bud
fucking fight of the
fanatic,
year.
but I didn't call you a Bud fanatic.
That's not a. He's not. That was not the fight of the year. Porter versus Spence was not the fight of the year. Like you gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me.
No, I'm not. I mean that was definitely the fight of the year. It was just such an action-packed fight. Now the thing about it is, it should have been much easier for Spence. He should have boxed more. He should have used the combination of the style he used against Mikey and Brook, but instead he tried to go in mano a mano. I'm going to prove you that I'm tougher than you, and it was the wrong game plan, but he still won, and that was the point he wanted to prove. It was but again, that was the fight of the year for me. It was very exciting. It had you on the edge of your toes, from round 1 to round 12.
I've never heard it. I've never heard. I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard anybody say that Porter versus Spence was fight of the year.
Oh, well, I can show you plenty of sites that said it.
Plenty of sites. I've never heard
Yeah, yeah.
anybody say that Porter.
It actually won fight of the
Chat,
year on
chat
several media outlets.
was Porter
But
and Spence a fight of the year. 1 for yes
absolutely,
and 2 for no.
the Brook fight, November. Brook hadn't fought. Oh,
Bird didn't have much to. Okay, but the
the,
chat was.
I
We
can't
already
see the
have a
chat, but
we already have two. We already have two, so that means no. That was because I've never heard anybody say that was a fight of the year. Porter versus Spence. I'm sorry.
well, if you ever get bored, I advise I advise you to watch it again if you get bored, and you will see it was, you know what I mean. That fight was just action packed. It was like, Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Um, very, very exciting. But like I said, I don't like
Yeah,
that style.
somebody said name those sites. Name those sites. Who is talking about Porter and Spence being the fight of the year? I've never heard
Well,
that. I'm sorry. I've never
okay,
heard that.
well, I'll go look it up and
You do
and
that.
I'll post
There's
it. Yeah,
I.
yeah, 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 yeah. But for me, that was the most exciting, one of the most exciting fights of the year. But like I said, I look forward to it to come. I take nothing away from Crawford. I think he's an elite fighter. He's very, very crafty. Again, he's more craftier than Spence. He has an element to his game that Spence doesn't have. He slips. He's more slippery. You know what I mean? He will come from angles that Spence don't come from. You know what I mean? That would be his advantage in the fight. But I just think Spence is just nonstop. And but as I hasn't faced a fighter like that with that size. You know what I mean? So,
You guys always move
so
the poll for people. I'm just gonna throw that
oh,
out.
I can't see the polls. So,
So who else is fighting that we could talk about? Let's see. Spence Porter was an exciting fight. I was there and there were plenty of punches thrown. Spence also scored a knockdown with a wicked punch, and only someone with Porter's courage could got knocked. Yeah, but I still don't think that made it fight of the year. That's just some Nika's opinion. Yeah,
okay.
we already spoke about Rounds of Fury, but if anybody wants to
Can you
hop
tell
on
me
the
what was
chat
your fight of the year over that?
over Porter and Spence,
Yes.
well, I, I'm gonna do my research and then I'll come back to you. But I know it wasn't
Okay, not
Porter
a
and Spence.
problem.
But somebody in the chat already said, let me see if I can find it. That it was Gonzalez and hold on. Let me see. Estrada and Gonzalez. I could even say
Okay, hey Finkley, can you give me your opinion of who was fighter of the year
for when the same year that Crawford
over
and Porter
Spence
fought.
Porter?
I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna go through that year and see what fights were on, and then I'll get back to you. But I know it was not that fight. It was not that fight. Yeah, somebody said checkmate. What are you gonna say if Bud stops Sean? Or let me guess, Sean was beat for he weight trained. You know, I don't feel like Crawford could fight anybody, and it's gonna be enough sufficient for you guys.
Nika, did you hear me?
I know, but you're saying that you're a Crawford fan, but you really was just showing that you're a Spence fan. So, just being honest. So let me see who else is fighting that we could talk about. Um, who do you have winning Herring and Shakur? Because that's slowly creeping up as well. Let me come back on the thing. Hello? Can you
Can you
hear
hear
me?
me?
Checkmate? Yeah, now I can hear you. Who do you have for Shakur and Herring since that fight is coming up soon? Like in 3 weeks or so. Hello? Mr. Checkmate.
Repeat that.
Between Shakur and Herring. That fight is creeping
Okay.
up on us.
That uh,
Yeah.
I say right now, um, I haven't called that fight yet.
Really? Because we've done this. Okay, look, somebody said Isan. He said Inoue and Donaire was 2019 easily fight of the year, Michael. And you know what? I'm going to agree. Over Sean Porter and Mr. Errol Spence. how many streams are you on here with? You're on here twice. All right.
Yeah, I haven't called the Shakur Herring fight yet. What I generally do, I'll look at a couple of because we really don't have. We only got small sample size from Shakur. He's skillful, but we don't have I don't have enough to say, oh, he's going to do this or do that to Herring. So I'll watch, Herring's last couple of fights, and I'll watch, but I've seen Shakur last couple of fights. So if he stick and move and stay away, he's quick. He's got the quickness. He's got the jab. He's got the. I really have to check and see what Herring is going to bring to the table for that. So I haven't called that one yet.
Okay. Fair enough. Somebody said that's a good fight. Stevenson is used to experienced boxers. He already got Herring shook a little. I don't agree with that, but okay, Mr. Ronald Finkley. You're entitled to your opinion. I see on Twitter a lot of nonsense talking like I just don't see this monster that everybody see in Shakur. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Um oh, but you didn't answer who act like if for when we first got on here, we were talking about Wilder and Fury. Whoever wins that fight, who should they fight next?
They should fight the winner. I would love to see Usyk. I would love to see for undisputed. If AJ doesn't fight him in the rematch, if AJ for whatever reason ducks out of that rematch, then we got to go
Oh, but
Wilder. Usyk.
he didn't
If
duck out
not,
the.
Wilder's going to face Dylan White. He's finally going to just destroy Dylan White. His flabby ass and get him out the
Yeah,
picture.
I don't even. I
I'm
don't
sick
even
of
feel
him,
like
and I'm sick of
Dillian
the.
White should even be in the talks. Like I don't even know why he's even in the mix.
I, I
I
don't
don't
even
like
know
Dillian
how
White.
did they
I
force
don't
him in
like
there.
Dillian. I don't like Dillian White.
How
I
did
don't.
they force Dylan White into the conversation? I don't know.
Eddie Hearn
Eddie
because
Hearn did that. Eddie Hearn
yeah,
forced Dylan White. Every time he brought up Wilder, he brought up Dylan White, and people start acting like he's some skillful guy.
yeah.
What's
He's
his
not.
name?
And
Chisora
you
was beating Dylan White's ass before the KO. We
and my
already
thing
know he
is
got his
like
clock clean.
White popped dirty, didn't he? And then his sample B went missing. I really feel like
Parker
Hearn
started
was.
beating his ass. Revis started beating Dylan White's ass. You know what I'm saying? So he has no shot against Deontay Wilder. None.
Hmm. Oh, anybody want to hop on the chat? I'm going to post the link in the conversation here. Somebody said Herring will bring out the best in Shakur. At times, Shakur fights too much safety first, but he's talented enough to win this fight. I'm not a Shakur fan. I'm sorry. I'm just not a Shakur fan. And I hate to see the Twitter rants of people saying that he's supposed to knock somebody out.
I,
Ugh.
I have no idea why I keep getting disconnected. But Dylan White, listen, if he doesn't fight Usyk next, just go ahead and take Dylan White out of his misery. Just get him the hell. I want them to carry him out on a stretcher.
There's a lot of people who are not a fan of White, and I'm one of them. I do not like Dillian White. I'm not. I don't know how he. I don't even know how he's in this mix. I really don't. Thank you,
I
Ari.
agree
Like,
with you 100%.
Shakur isn't knocking anybody out. Like, where the fuck these people get this information from? Like, people just say anything. It says, does Herring
Okay,
have enough
so
power to make Shakur
besides
do the
Dylan
chicken
White,
dance like an Aaron? I think he does. And like his last fight, he wasn't like, oh, the Nakatani. He was like, "Oh, his power was scary." My guy. Ugh. Um,
Dylan White
I
and
don't know
the
why you keep
Usyk
getting knocked
AJ.
off.
Yeah, this I same thing happened to me was happening to Julius.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have no
yeah.
idea.
Maybe it's my link, but like I'm okay on here, so I don't know because I have two windows open for myself because the one that's running the account and then the one I'm on my phone with. So
Oh, okay. Okay. So besides the AJ Usyk winner and Dylan White, who would you like to see Wilder fight next? If
uh,
besides those three.
um I never thought about it because I've been waiting for this fight between him and Fury to be done with. Because like if he wins this fight, do they fight again? Because wouldn't this be wouldn't they really have officially a win apiece?
No,
Because
with
no,
there
no,
was so much
officially, like
disrespect.
because of the first one was like wasn't a draw, then and then Fury,
Right,
and then if
I
he
agree.
wins, so they would have
But the
officially one fight, one win between each other. So then they would have to fight again.
but they wouldn't fight again until probably to
I don't.
about 4 or 5 fights later. Why? Because of all the disrespect that happened, trying to cheat Wilder out of his rematch, payday, all of that. So remember, it was Wilder who opened the door for Fury. It was Wilder who let him in. It was Wilder who gave him the 50-50 offer. You know what I mean? It was Wilder who said, "Hey, come on, let me pick you up and get you back in the mix." And he did that to Fury, and Fury, you know, dicked him around the first time. Remember? Um, After the first fight, and they supposed to go into the immediate rematch, and he ended up signing a top rank deal, and it happened 3 fights later, and he doing the same thing. So I just despise Fury. I was a fan of Fury. I liked him. I liked his quirky little personality. But after he did that to Wilder, I was like, I'm done with this guy. So
I
after
knew Ari
Wilder
was going to
destroys him,
comment.
huh?
I knew Ari was going to comment. He said after Wilder knocks Fury out, that crackhead gets no more Wilder fight. Woof,
Yeah,
woof.
no, yeah,
Get it.
he don't he got to go back to the back of the bus. He got to go to the back of the bus. I don't even want to hear Fury's name mentioned for like 4 or 5 fights down the road after
Somebody
Wilder
said
knocked him out.
if Wilder continues to load up and doesn't try to set up his right hand, he'll be in trouble again.
I guess he hasn't seen what Wilder has been learning from Malik Scott. That person must not have witnessed the evolution of the king.
Of the king. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me tell you, Twitter, boxing Twitter is gonna be a fucking mess if Wilder loses this fight. I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be a part of that mess.
Yes, I'm going to be banned. Well, no, if he loses, it'll take a part of my boxing. So again, like it did the first time, it
I
took
feel like
something
you guys
away
are too
from me.
invested in it though. You
I
can't be so invested in it where it's like
listen. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a very passionate person. I am invested. When I'm invested in something, I go, you know, balls to the wall invested. So I am invested in this.
I'm gonna
So
let you take over for like 2 minutes because I gotta go pee pee because I've been drinking. Sorry. So go ahead and talk. You can't see the chat though, so it might be a 2 minute delay, y'all. I'll be right
let
back.
me, yeah, let me try to do the chat thing. Let's see. Uh, okay, somebody, let's see a comment. What's going on, Ari? Okay, I'm looking at the chat now. Um, yeah, I agree with you, Ari. After Wilder destroys, decapitates, and lays with Fury out, I don't even want to hear his name mentioned. I don't. I just for 4 3 4 years. Just I don't even want to think about Fury at all. Just the disrespect, the arrogance. I just don't even want to see it again. Yeah, let's see. I don't know what Wilder's fans going to do. Listen, Mr. 21 Strong, if Wilder take that L, I take that L. You know what I'm saying? It would affect me emotionally. And I will be away from Twitter probably about a week or two. Just to settle that in. Because to me, it's either the death of Wilder or the death of UK Twitter, boxing Twitter. And I think once Wilder destroys Fury and KO, it's sending UK boxing back into the Stone Age, back into irrelevancy, back into regional heavyweight fighting. And this is where they belong. They don't deserve to be on this stage. And Eddie Hearn deprived the world of Undisputed. Eddie Hearn is the one deprived the world of Undisputed. Let's see. White is not guaranteed to get past his name. Absolutely. In fact, I am not even picking White to beat to win the next fight. I pick White to lose the next fight. Yeah, I'm emotionally invested in Wilder. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm back. I had to refill my drink.
Because it goes beyond the boxing thing. It goes beyond it's about how they've been treating Wilder, how they've been treating Americans, how the boxing media has been 100% behind Wilder and things of that nature, how they talk about the dark day for boxing because Wilder won the arbitration. I'm emotionally invested for several reasons, and I need Wilder to win. Because understand this MTK Global,
somebody's asking why you so emotionally invested in Wilder.
Yeah, I was just answering. I'm looking at the chat
okay.
now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I'm emotional because when Wilder win, understand right now, they hate Wilder. They constantly talk negative about Wilder. They even make him number 4 and all this other stuff, right? So they had no access to Wilder. Nayka could get more access to Wilder than Mike Coppinger and a lot of Impulse and all these other guys right now. All you have to do is say, I want you to come on Red Cup Wilder, and I guarantee you.
No, I don't have pull like that. No, don't give me that much credit. I don't have pull like that.
Bet? You want to bet?
No.
You want to bet? Let me see if I can get Wilder on for you. Listen, I know Mike Tyson. Let me try to see if I can get Mike Tyson on for you.
I'd rather have Mike Tyson on. I'm not going to lie. So if you can get me Mike Tyson, Mr. Checkmate, you and I can be friends. But I'm not emotionally invested in this fight like that, and that's why I really feel like it's gonna be a shit show on Twitter boxing when whoever wins. It's either gonna be like the UK doing the most, or it's gonna be like the Wilder fans doing the most. I'm just gonna be observing. I'm not gonna get into any argument. I'm not gonna jump into that because I only have like maybe one leg left on my Twitter account, so I'm not emotionally invested in this fight. So I don't need to get suspended over this fight. Like it's not that serious.
Listen, I'm still waiting for Twitter to tell me what I did wrong for them to suspend me in the first place. I want my original account back. So I don't care if this account gets suspended.
So
I don't care.
What do you think that Wilder's gonna do different in this fight that's going to pull him the W?
Did you see my Dark Day for boxing, the Evolution of a King video?
No, I didn't.
Okay, you don't even watch my videos, do you? I'm gonna shake you. Listen.
Well, what? Okay. Do you post them on Twitter?
I post my videos. Yeah. I post
I only see you
probably post a video a week on Twitter.
Comments, like react, like replies to people when you like cussing them out and you put a little video. What is he going to do different that's going to make him win this fight is what I'm asking.
He's going to show you, you're going to see him training with Malik, but he's also going to tell you that his previous trainer just was telling him he said he never told me to go to the body. All he wanted was the 1-2-1-2. He never instructed me. He never trained me. He never taught me to go to the body. So this is what Wilder is telling y'all. He said what Malik is bringing out of him is things that, you know what I mean, that it's not that he didn't know how to do. He was just never instructed to do. You know what I mean? And so now Malik got him going to the body and doing things that he never did before. And you know what I mean? He's more than just the 1-2 now. And this we knew Wilder was very limited boxing skills. And think about this: if you're a fighter and you're 40, if you're 40-0 with 40 knockouts, then what else do you need to change? Right? So they figure, hey, if we're doing this with the 1-2, they don't need to change it. So he got handicapped by his strengths. But that's the reason why the
So,
loss was a blessing to him.
so you're
Now
saying that
he's
his last trainer didn't train him to go to the body at all.
at all.
He was just,
At all. He said this. That I'll send you the video. Um,
I
but
mean, I
yeah,
feel like
so
they're
he
doing.
said
I
Mark.
feel like they're throwing the trainer under the bus a little too
No,
much.
well, you can't throw your trainer under the bus if you're telling the truth. If Mark Breland say all you need is that 1-2, and that's what he was focusing on, then that's what he did. Think about what Ruiz. What you saw him do with Ruiz is the 1-2. When you see Wilder, when you see him do Severn, it's the 1-2. Whenever you see Wilder get somebody out, it was a 1-2. He had very limited boxing skills. You know why? Because he depended on his speed, his quickness, and his athleticism. And the 1-2, that's it. Because he
Like
was a
I'm gonna
sniper.
be honest because like I feel like as a fighter, like fighters when they train with new trainers and they learn new things, if they if they try these new things in the fight and they feel like it's not going, their way, they're gonna revert to what they naturally do. So I feel like if Wilder doesn't like the whatever he's been doing with Malik Scott isn't working, like going to the body or whatever he's been training to do, he's gonna go back to the old Wilder. That's just his natural thing. You're gonna go back to what you naturally know how to do. He's gonna try to knock him out with the 1-2, and if that's I don't care how much
Okay,
training you
let me
do,
ask you
you're
this.
gonna revert to who you are naturally if it's not working for you. That's just
Let
my
me ask you
opinion.
this. When AJ fought Ruiz, did he revert back to his old style
It
in the
was working.
rematch,
When
or
I
did
say
he fight a
it was
completely different
working,
style?
the new style was working for him. I'm saying if it doesn't work for
Okay,
you, you're gonna revert to what you know and what you do naturally. That's
o-
what I'm saying.
okay, okay, and okay. I just want to point out this again. When AJ fought Usyk, he wasn't the old AJ. He tried a new style. When Fury in a rematch, he tried a new style. So I just believe when you have this new style ingrained for you, it's not that if it ain't working, you got to stick to it because that's what you've been focusing on. Wilder has been focusing on this new style for a year now. So this is muscle
Well,
memory.
yeah,
So I
it's muscle
believe
memory for now, but if it doesn't work for him, he's gonna go back to what he naturally does. That's my opinion.
well, again, I understand what you're saying, but we got to give that opportunity just to see what it does. Now, we already know he can knock you out at any at any. Listen, Wilder is 40. Listen, he has 40, 42 in the 42 1-1 with 41 knockouts. Okay, so we know he got the power. So with him adding this skill, a new skill set to his power, it's just going to take him to a whole nother level. So that's the reason why I have faith, and that's the reason why you know what I mean. I'm betting money on it. I'm gonna bet a couple of $100 that Wilder's going to knock him out. Let's see,
Yeah, can I
checkmate.
say something?
Yes, you
Dr.
can.
D,
Lisa,
tell me
let
that
me
you
let me this
watch
is
this.
Lisa Bells on the line. Hey
Hey, Miss
Lisa.
Nika, how you
Hey,
doing?
pretty good in yourself. Thanks for tuning in and hopping
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
show.
I was doing something, but I had you on the TV. The young gentleman that was talking, I disagree with you as far as people like Eddie Hearn and people holding Wilder back from undisputed. He's had more than enough far as offers and he didn't take them. So how was
Um,
he? Let me speak. Hold up.
yeah, I am. I am.
Uh, uh, you sound like you're making excuses for him.
So Lisa, his
I'm
name
back
is what
on.
is it? Lisa Balls?
Bales.
Bells.
Is that what it is?
Bales.
Bales?
This is
Okay.
Bales.
Yeah,
Bales.
That's the. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm looking at
it's
it and it
okay.
looks small. The writing is small. My apologies.
It's okay.
No, I'm not making excuses. I have all the evidence that shows that Wilder offered 50 million 50 pay-per-view. Eddie Hearn, Barry Hearn, and AJ declined it. Okay. So when
With a
you have that
24-hour
position,
notice.
it wasn't a
24-hour
24.
notice.
Okay, now if I send you a video that shows you everything, all the proof of what
Fight.
Eddie Hearn says he was in constant communication with Al Heyman, and he got all the answers he wanted, and the only thing that they had left to think about is that the team wanted to take the fight in Las Vegas. That was it.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. I
Okay.
followed the whole story. Okay.
But if you followed the whole story, you wouldn't have said that he had 24 hours. People
I
say the 24 hours, but
disagree with
he
you
said that. Okay.
because he was there in New York and wanted to meet with them. And if you make a verbal agreement in New York, that's a binding contract. And Shelley Finkel refused to meet with him, which was Eddie Hearn. I remember it very well.
Okay. Well, again, let's take it back from the beginning. Okay, take it back from the beginning
I remember the whole story.
okay. Let me just give you this scenario. When it first started,
I
the
don't
first
agree with
offer,
you, but go ahead.
the first. Okay, well,
I'm
I can
sorry.
checkmate
I'm
you
sorry.
easy.
Why not?
It's not a
Why not?
problem.
Because
Well, the thing about
I
No,
followed the
but check.
story. He's been
okay,
offered too many offers. He wanted to
but
try
no,
to
you
be
don't.
the A side and he wasn't, dude. He wasn't.
That's not how it work, ma'am. That's not how it work. Okay, now let me go
Yes,
down the
that was
scenario.
how it worked. I was
No,
there.
ma'am.
I already
No,
knew.
you were there, but
I
apparently you don't have the
already knew.
information I have. Did you know that
I
Barry
have
Hearn
different.
said? Can I get a question out?
I already
Go
know the
ahead.
story. I saw
What did Barry Hearn say?
that they had a certain. He had like a certain plan for him. I already know the story,
No,
but does it
but
matter?
you don't know what I'm about to say though. You know your story,
He
so
had.
allow me to speak
He
my
had.
story, then you can
Yeah,
respond.
I saw the video on IFL.
So are we going to have this one-way conversation where you tell me what I'm about to say and you're going to answer, or
Go
you're
ahead.
going to allow
Go
me to
ahead. Go ahead.
speak and you're going to respond?
Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate
Go
it.
ahead.
So Barry Hearn says that Shelly Finkel wanted to fight right away, and so why they don't
Mhm.
want? He said, "Listen, Shelly knows better than that. We can, if we fight 2 years down the road, that'd be better." He said he tells you, "I have video. I've made video after video after video. I could checkmate you and bury you so deep you wouldn't be able
No,
to get a
but
if I give
wait,
you a
Dude,
wait,
shovel,
you
wait.
you
can't
couldn't
do
dig
Checkmate.
nothing
yourself
to
out."
me. You
If
can't
you
do
want
nothing
to
to me. Cause
checkmate
check it
Barry,
out.
you have
No,
to
I'm gonna checkmate you, and I'm
prove
gonna tell you
your
how.
facts. You're
You
not
Because
can't
you
Shelly
got
checkmate me because
Finkel.
I have the
No,
facts
yes I
that you don't
can.
have.
I'm gonna tell you how I
because
could checkmate you.
don't
Shelly
yeah,
Finkel
you
was Klitschlo and Wilder's manager, and he had a clear path to it. Why didn't he make it then? Checkmate.
What does this have to do with Wilder and AJ? When Barry
That
Hearn said
that was
that
even
he
before he came
purposely
into the play.
we're not
That was before he
we're not
came into
talking. Well,
play.
first of all,
So
you didn't
that's
even
a
let me.
checkmate right there. You can't even top
Do you
that.
want to argue? You want to listen to
I
my point?
I don't need to argue. That's the checkmate.
That's not the checkmate. That I don't know what you thought. You just hit a point, didn't you? You just thought you just walked off the stage with that, dropped the mic, didn't you? Sorry, that didn't.
No,
No. So let
no.
me go back to what I was actually going
He
to
had a
say.
clear
Okay. The first, are you going to let me
undisputed
speak, or are you
before
going to
this
speak
guy
for
even
me?
came into before he came up. Go ahead.
Listen. Okay. Now, the first offer was for 12 million flat. The reason why that was disrespectful is because no one really knew AJ in America, and Wilder was bringing the American pay-per-view. So you're going to offer a man a $12 million
Oh,
flat over
God.
$100 million plus dollar, $100 million plus
Oh,
dollar
God.
fight? That's disrespectful. So then they took the 12 million up to 15, flat again. So then Wilder said, like, that's disrespectful. You're not going to come in here and make money off our guy. So then so AJ say, I tell you what, Wilder, you give me 50 million, your team bring me 50 million, and I'll take the fight. Wilder say, okay, here's the 50 million. You know what they say? Oh, it's not real. It's an email. It's not real. Eddie Hearn
What
disrespected.
money?
Oh, he's just the Alabama. I mean, let me
AJ
finish.
is the
Eddie
money
Hearn
too. AJ,
disrespected.
like I said, till
Eddie
you come to
Hearn
reality.
disrespected Wilder. Eddie Hearn
Yeah,
disrespected
he
Al
did. I
Heyman.
agree with that. I
Eddie Hearn disrespected America.
agree with that.
Eddie Hearn talked about how they're going to come up with that money. Let me see proof of funds. But I have every single video of Eddie Hearn saying that he spoke to Al Heyman, saying that everything was valid. The only thing they had to discuss is if they actually going to take the fight. Oh, there's more. I have video after video that I've made and produced myself if you'd like to see it. But you don't have a checkmate. I checkmate you with facts. Okay. I'm not asking for your opinion about Shelly Finkel and Klitschko. We're talking about Wilder and AJ, and the reason why the Undisputed did not take place. And that is because they declined the 50 million 50-50 offer. And then when Wilder finally said, okay, I'll take your 50 million, 15 million flat, you know what they did? They said, oh, we gotta fight Povetkin. Okay. And the only
Oh,
reason why they even wanted to fight
she's gonna
Wilder,
log back on. I need her to log back on. Let me put the thing because maybe her internet went out. But you guys are going back and forth, and I love it. Keep it up.
no, well, you got to come with some facts. I don't want to hear your opinion. I'm not giving my
But
opinion.
you good for saying you know what, I could send you a video and do this and that. You
You
can't
know
send
why?
nobody a
Because the
video when you're
videos are not
debating
my
right here.
words.
Yeah, no, but
You
just
know
say what
why?
you gotta
Because the
say
videos are
here.
not
Why
my
you gotta?
words. Because if you hear Eddie say it, you can't refute it. If you hear me say, "Oh, that didn't happen," I don't need to hear that. I only deal with facts. I'm not talking about
Sorry.
emotions. The only
Sorry.
emotions I'm worrying about is when Wilder fight period. That's when my emotions be involved. But when we're talking about the facts of this situation, I will show you, and I will show you that even AJ said, well, you know what, that 50 million, it was a great offer, but when you think about the 50 million, you know what I mean, it wasn't worth 50 million to the people who was paying it. All this bullshit. Okay,
Yeah, I know
the
about like
bottom
some of
line
the stuff
is,
you're saying. I don't agree with some of the things Eddie was saying. I don't. I'm not an Eddie Hearn like apologist. But what I'm
so
saying
how did
is huh?
Wilder let it go then? So
He's
how do you
had
say Wilder
several.
had too many
Okay,
offers?
okay. Like the first offer or whatever. I don't really know if it was $100 million fights. That's what they were saying. He said it in like a tongue-in-cheek type of thing when he said it. But then Wilder came back and gave the offer. You get what I'm saying? So nobody knew if it was $100 million fight at the time. People was talking about it a lot. I don't know if it was or wasn't. But the thing
Yeah,
was
I
that
agree.
if I was him, I wouldn't have gave up my A side rights to he should have came to the UK and fought. That's what he was the one that was selling out stadiums. He was the one that was bringing the bag. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You really like AJ, don't you?
What's wrong with that?
And you really like Waldo, don't
And you
you?
really
Come
like
on,
No,
Wilder.
no, no,
What's
no,
wrong
come
with
on
like
now.
no,
Don't
no.
do
AJ?
that. Checkmate. Don't
Because
do
as an
that.
American,
I'm
the reason
speaking
why I'm
facts,
saying
brother.
this, but I spoke
What it
facts,
got
and
to
you're
do
trying
with
to
being
dismiss them. And my
American?
facts are basically on the words from Eddie, AJ, and Barry. Like I said,
But
my
I'm
facts is not
speaking
even
facts
based
too,
on
though.
my word, my opinion. It's based on what they say and what they
I
said
know
and the
some of the
facts. I mean,
things that
there's
they
no
said,
refuting it.
but there's other things that people may not know about because they were not there. I also have read articles and I've also saw videos. It was just a PR mess to me. Like personally, he shouldn't have probably said that, out in public, but it happens. But do I think he was ducking? No, but people are blaming him for undisputed not happening. No, I don't. I can't blame him. You know what I'm
Um,
saying?
If you
Murph
ask a fighter,
made a good point.
if you say, send me $50 million and I'll take the fight, you're supposed to take the fight. That's it. I don't. There's nothing. There's nothing else after that. There's nothing. Then Al Heyman has put together the richest fights in boxing history. Al Heyman has known for putting together the richest tours, Michael Jackson tours, everything in history. They try to act like we don't believe that we don't. Where you going to get 50 with you? This? They totally disrespected America. They called he just a boy, Alabama boy. I mean, I have so much disrespectful um videos that
About the
Hearn and
disrespect that
AJ
went to
made.
AJ? What about all the people that
What you say?
disrespected him? What about the disrespect
We're
went
talking
both
about
ways?
Wilder. What was
I'm
the
talking about
disrespect?
AJ. How he was
Where was the
disrespected
disrespect
the
from
whole
Wilder and
way.
AJ?
He disrespected him the whole time.
Is that what you
It
saw?
goes
How
both
did
ways.
give me one example how he
Oh,
disrespected
God.
AJ? I'll
I
wait.
remember him saying if this fight don't happen, he said the UK should spit on him. I remember him saying that.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
I
crazy.
remember him saying that. Okay, so we
Can
can
you
go
repeat
back
that,
and forth
please?
about
You're
again.
breaking up. I'm
I
sorry.
I'm sorry. I said I
I heard.
remember
I
him
heard her.
saying I I remember when he said if this fight don't happen, the UK should spit on him. Okay, the disrespect went back and forth. I get it. I get it. But what I'm
And
saying is that this ain't about America or UK. It's about boxing. Y'all making this
Well,
stuff too like
it should be
tribalism.
about boxing.
yes,
It
and
is
Well,
not
what
about.
it was
It's too
is,
much tribalism
well,
involved. This is about boxing.
yeah,
Eddie,
I agree. I agree with
Eddie
that. I'm
Hearn
sorry.
came to America with arrogance. Eddie Hearn came to it talking about, I'm going to take over America. I'm putting these
You
other
know what you
outfits out of
sound like?
business. I'm going to do this.
You
I'm going to do
sound
that.
like a talking. Okay, so he said that. Do you know what America is? America is a free
But you're not
enterprise. It's
okay.
a.
But
Let me say this. Okay, let me say this.
Let her speak.
America is where what's the word? Nika, help me. A free enterprise where you can make the most money, but they tax. What's the word? Uh. God, you know
capitalistic
how
Have
to
her
work
society.
capitalistic
him
society.
fix it.
Okay,
He ain't the first
but
person that
that is
said that, and he won't be the last. Who
okay. So
cares?
when you
Who
have a
cares what he
British
said?
guy, so
Who
if
cares,
you
dude?
so you don't mind if a British organization come over, tell American that we're putting you out of business, if, telling Showtime you're going to be out of business in 12 months. You know all the
It
so
happened.
you don't mind that the British come over and take over everything, right? You're fine with that, putting American
Oh God.
organizations
No,
and situations out of
don't put
business, right?
words in my mouth.
Yeah,
Don't put
But
don't do
you
words in
that.
my
She
just
mouth.
didn't say
said
that. She
okay,
didn't say
No,
that.
I
but
didn't.
She
No,
didn't say that.
you
She,
said that. Get it?
you said
Don't
you
put
don't mind.
words.
Well,
No,
okay,
no, that's not
I'm
what I said.
paraphrasing.
I
Okay, but I'm
said
paraphrasing.
do not.
no,
Hold up, hold up. You're gonna let me
paraphrasing
talk.
and putting people.
You're gonna let me talk
Yeah,
because
I want you
you
guys to be able to say what you need to say. Don't cut each other off. And you say,
yeah,
checkmate. You've been talking, so let Lisa go ahead and speak. And checkmate,
right.
let her get her opinions out, and
That
then
ain't yeah.
you can respond.
That ain't the first time I heard that, and it won't be the last. Did he put Showtime out of business? We knew he was gonna put Showtime out of business. He was just chatting a lot of crap. Did the Zone came here? Like some people work with him, they didn't. So they read whatever they doing right now. I'm not exactly sure, but not a lot of U.S. fights are on the docket right now on the calendar. So you know, this is about I don't really care what these people say. That's the thing. I don't care about all of that.
Okay.
Do you want him to
Well, you
respond now?
looking at it from a
It means
micro
nothing to
perspective.
me. Because it really means nothing to
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Doesn't mean nothing to you, right? For
Nope.
me, again, you're looking at it from a micro perspective. I'm looking at it from the macro perspective. I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm not looking at it from the individuality of AJ versus Wilder. I'm looking at the whole thing, Eddie Hearn's end game. Okay. Eddie Hearn's end game was to come in, take over America, put
Hmm.
American, you know, uh, situations out of business. Boxing situations out
He,
of business, right?
I think he
And
said. I
he
think
said
he
it. You
said
whether
pay
you
per view.
whether but you I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt.
I'm
So
sorry.
whether you felt like he was joking, he wasn't joking because he says I got $1 billion. Showtime. You're gonna
Yeah.
be out of business within the next 12 months. You're gonna do it. And you know what he also said? Charlo. Look,
Mhm.
he said right now we got all the middleweight fighters. If you don't come to the zone, you ain't got no fights for you. You ain't gonna get no fights. If unless you're not gonna fight Canelo, you're not gonna fight this person, not gonna fight that person unless you join the zone. ASAP. Okay, so he came in big, brash, and arrogant. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And guess what? Now he got Boston Tea Party back over the UK. America rejected that bullshit because he didn't understand the American market. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, bottom line, what should have
I
been
did
is
that.
AJ asked for the $50 million. He should have took that 50 million 50-50 pay-per-view and then they would have had a rematch and that's what been it. And we'd have been moved on. I would love for Eddie Hearn to be able to be a part of what's coming into America, but you don't come in and just say, oh, I'm just gonna take over. No, no. So I rejected him just like Americans have rejected. I have never paid 1 cent for anything to Zone. Ever. And
Okay.
never will.
So wait, so all of the
Okay.
zone
I'm
fights
not gonna be a
you streamed all of the zone fights? Because they have some good
what'd you
fights.
say?
You streamed all of the zone fights? I'm not gonna let you incriminate
I
yourself.
can't
Don't
hear you.
answer. All right. You can't. Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
Oh, okay.
I hear you
From what
now.
what I remember him saying. See, I remember him saying he wanted to stop the pay per view. Like that model was dead. That's what I kind of remember him saying. Yeah. But it's still around the pay per view model. But
Miss
it's
Bell,
yeah.
Miss Bell, being very
if you
formal.
what is your what it yeah, what is your name on Twitter? And I'll send you,
I'm not on Twitter.
some my video you can
Everybody
have
doesn't.
me. Or you're not
Everybody
on
doesn't
Twitter?
have Twitter. What
Oh,
I'm
video do
not
you
on
have on
okay.
Twitter?
Twitter.
So maybe I'll look it up and then I'll post it right here. I could
I'm
look it
not
up.
even like
Okay, I'll send
Tag
it to you.
send it to my DM. No, no,
like
no. Don't send it
Okay,
in my
I'll
I
DM.
send it
mean,
to you. I'll send them to you.
see none of that
Tag
stuff.
me in it because
Mhm.
I don't know my
I
password on
will.
the on my
Yeah,
on
none
my
of that. I guess some people took it what he was saying like they took it personally, but I really didn't because
repost
I
it
just
on your
seen.
page, checkmate, and then I'll play it on here. I'll do it
Okay,
here.
hold up. All right. Now, which one do you want? The first one I'll post you is the one about the 50 million 50-50 situation. Okay, I'll post that one.
Uh,
I already
I'm
know about that. I've seen that so many times.
But Nike wants to see it. Listen,
no,
listen, Miss
I don't
Bales.
want to see how.
Yeah,
Don't try
Listen,
to
Miss
put it on
Bales.
me.
Don't make me shake you, Miss Bales. Listen.
shake you. You
Um,
can't shake me. You can't even budge
No.
me.
Ooh, I like. You know what? I like you, Lisa. I like
You
you.
can't even
but
budge
I'm
me.
about to checkmate you once Nike play this video.
Nope.
Boom. Let me get it.
You can't checkmate me on something I already know about.
But But
Oh,
listen,
I
you
love
know it
it.
from your perspective, okay? I know it from my perspective. We're sharing
Yeah.
perspectives. So you can't tell me what you already know because I have not seen everything you've seen, and you definitely haven't seen everything that I've seen because I make
Hmm.
videos about it. So I
Yeah. I got
researched to get the facts.
you. Yeah.
Okay. I like I said, I didn't have these conversations with Barry Hearn, so
Hmm.
let's see.
So tag me, like repost it, and then tag me because
You don't want me to
I don't,
okay.
because I don't
You
know
don't do
my,
you
I
want me
don't
to
know,
send it
I
to
don't
your DM
no,
or
because
to
I don't know my password. You know, I have like 300
uh,
accounts because I get suspended all the time. So like, so I don't even. What is your name on? Because it's not Checkmate Boxing anymore. What is it now? Because I'm trying to look up your page.
it's checkmate boxing without the I.
Checkmate.
So I just only thing I did was eliminate the I. Let's
Okay,
see.
checkmate.
Let's see.
This is what happened when you get suspended all the time. Like,
I,
all right, I
trust
found
me,
your
I
page.
still have not
Did you
gotten
just
used to
repost
my
it?
new name.
Did
No,
you
You
just
see,
I
repost
just
it?
logged onto the laptop. 1 second.
Okay,
ch-
okay.
checkmate. Checkmate. I don't
Yes, ma'am.
listen to
Yes,
a
ma'am.
lot of Eddie Hearn videos because he talked too much to me.
Okay, but that's why
You know what
Twitter
I'm saying?
videos can only
I
be
don't
two
listen
minutes and
to
20
him.
seconds. So
Yeah,
I crammed
I
facts
can't.
into 2 minutes and 20 seconds that can't be refuted.
Right. But like I said, I think that Wilder should have went over to the UK and fought him.
I I would have had no
I
problem
think
with
he
him
should
going
have
over to
fought.
UK.
Yeah, I think he should have fought him when Klitschko was around because that would have been an ATG. I mean, not an ATG, but a Hall of Fame on his record. I wanted that fight. You know what I'm saying? But that just didn't happen. You know, if I got two people, I'm managing them, and
Okay,
that's a
but
clear path. That was the deal right there.
Where you from, Lisa? You from Jersey, right?
Yeah, you
I
can tell.
remember. No, because I remember you on Mr. I'm on
Yeah,
that
yeah, with
bullshit.
Shakur. Yeah, yeah.
okay,
It's all good.
Miss Bales,
Yes,
Miss
sir.
Bales.
Yes, sir.
If you say give me 50 million and I say I want to fight you in Iceland, aren't you going to show up in Iceland and fight me for that 50 million that you asked for?
It's just, you know what? People continue to talk about that. It's old news. It's done. Like they keep
It's,
revisiting
but
stuff that's
you brought it,
redundant.
but
It's
you
so redundant. It
but
didn't
you
have.
brought it up.
Listen, no, I didn't bring it up. I brought up that I felt that you said that you felt that before I came on, you felt that he was kind of cheated somewhat of undisputed, and I felt that
Absolutely.
I came and disagreed because I felt that he wasn't.
When you say ask for 50 million,
He's
50-50,
always been in a.
the
He's
reason,
always
okay,
blocked undisputed. Let's keep it a real.
no, he hasn't. Listen, I'm getting this
Did you
video so
repost
we can go
it?
Yeah,
ahead and
okay. Oh,
end this debate. I'm getting it. I'm looking for it now. I'm getting it now. I got to go through my videos. 1 second.
No, nigga, you know it
Um,
because you've been talking about this video, checkmate. I need you to deliver.
I have thousands of videos, Nika. Let's see.
This is true. You have thousands of videos.
Yes.
Yo,
not
Looking for the right
totally
one.
block it, but it was always something why he wouldn't take it. You know what I mean?
Well, remember, after they declined the 50 million 50-50, they offered him 15 million flat. Wilder said, okay, I'm gonna call you bluff, I take it. What did they do? No, we gotta fight Povetkin. Okay? So
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
remember.
understand they had a
I
plan.
remember. Yeah.
Their
Now let me
plan
tell you
was to
something.
stall Wilder out for 2 years. That was their plan. Barry Hearn said it. That was their plan.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. Because
I'm
I
getting it. I'm
disagree.
getting it. I'm going. You disagree, but you ain't gonna be able to disagree when I checkmate you with this video. Let's see.
you be trying
I
to
don't
checkmate.
care what this video. I don't care what the video said because I know it was a PR nightmare. It was just a
Okay.
mess.
Well,
That whole situation. It was a mess. Like I said, I think both parties play a part, and I just think it was like a bad marriage, irreconcilable differences, and it just couldn't, they couldn't like come
They
together to
couldn't.
make because egos got involved. See, I can admit that, but I'm not gonna sit up here and make no excuses.
I got a question
well,
for one of the people in the chat. Why are you still looking for that thing, Mister 21 Strong? You look familiar in uh your profile picture. Are you the one that was talking shit on that Facebook page about Shakur and Harry? I just wanna clear it up. Mr. 21 Strong, you look so familiar in your profile picture. I just want to confirm that.
Yup. And people can say what they want about AJ, but he did a lot of the heavy lifting in the heavyweight.
you love
Just
some
didn't fight.
AJ. I'm glad.
Just didn't
Hey,
fight. What's wrong
he
with
didn't
that?
do any heavy lifting. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. I
No, I
won't knock
said
you who you
win
like.
or lose. No, I said win or lose. He did fight either the best or next or strive to fight the next to best. He couldn't fight. He didn't get the two big fights yet, but he still got in there and did it. And the same with any fighter. I don't care who they are. But Usyk is a bad man. He showed that Saturday. He's a bad dude.
Yeah, he got
Mhm.
humiliated
Who
by
is this guy?
he got bullied by a cruiserweight, pretty much.
I want to
Well,
see.
Let's
he's
see.
Usyk wasn't really a cruiserweight. He was a cruiserweight, but he moved up to heavy. But he still fought like heavyweight in the what do you call it, the world boxing, no, the W something, but
Yeah, that was the yeah.
not the world boxing super series. He fought when he fought Joe Joyce. He fought at heavyweight, but
Hmm.
No, he
he
fought
fought big
Joe
guys.
Joyce. He just this was only his
He
third
fought
heavyweight
heavyweight
fight.
when he was in the no, but he fought as a heavyweight in the when they was that thing when they were winning the medals. What do you call it? The world boxing series. That's what it's called. I remember when he fought Joe Joyce. They were heavyweights, but not super heavies. Yeah. Mhm. But
I
he's
still want this guy to answer the question, Mr. 20, 21 strong. What? God, what's his name? Mr. 21 strong. Yeah, you right here. Are you the guy that I got into it on Facebook, on that Facebook boxing group? Please answer me. I just want to know. Are you that guy?
and you know what? That's why people like Floyd Mayweather, they started as kids. It's those like special talents, you know what I mean? Like a Usyk, like even a Fury. I'm not no Fury fan, but he started as a youngster. You know, the talent disparity it shows when they get in there with them rookies. Them guys are like AJ and Wilder. They like rookies compared to those guys. You know what I mean? Like they still like they didn't start when they were young. They didn't learn. They still learning. You know?
But I hate the way some of these fighters compare themselves to these uh champions and superstars. Like Shakur Stevenson, he's like comparing himself to Floyd Mayweather. My guy, you not on that level.
Uh, no,
No,
I'm not
and
yet. Yeah.
I know you Jersey. That's how I remember because I remember we were arguing about Harry.
No, I wasn't arguing. I was just saying, I'm a rock with Shakur. I know he has
Yeah, because
talent and all.
You from Jersey, but he's
Nah,
comparing himself to Mayweather. What do you think about that, Lisa Bells?
nah, he's no Mayweather. No, he got beautiful defense and cat like move, but when Floyd was at 130 or whatever, he was knocking jokers out.
Yeah, and
So
Shakur's not
no,
doing
he
that.
doesn't have. Mm-hmm.
But you
He
see,
doesn't have that.
you're not on Twitter, so I wish you would make a Twitter account though, just to observe like
I
these
can't
people on.
stand them people over there. I've been
No,
done
I
cursed all
know.
them
You
people
know what?
out.
And that's what I do, and that's why I've made like 300 accounts. Like literally,
Oh man.
I'm probably on my 40th account, no lie.
Oh my
But
God,
like
Monica.
you would have a field day on there because like people on there like they're really like on this thing that Shakur is knocking people out, and I asked this question: Who he knocking out like that for you to be talking like that? They can't ever answer me, and then
No,
I get reported,
yeah, I'm glad you, cause no, I gotta keep it real. I'm not gonna
and
sugarcoat
I
nothing.
and, and then I like to see this is why Lisa Bells.
Right.
What do you have? So do you post any videos on your page?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't. I
What?
don't have a page yet. Yeah, I
No, but
don't. Like
you
I
have
got.
this Twitter page that I mean this YouTube page that you're on right now, but you don't post any
Yeah.
videos or nothing like that, right?
No, I never was a content creator. No. Like I keep it real. Like my two guys is AJ and Bud. Those are my guys. But at the same time, I ain't gonna make no try to make no excuses for me look
But you
like
know
crap
what?
the other day.
Earlier today, Checkmate
Hmm.
said that Bud doesn't have no dog in him like that.
What?
I see.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God. Look at it. Look at it. Can we get past this one? I'm sending you the video before we go on because you're gonna listen. Look at it.
You
Y'all trying to
taking
jump
some of
me.
this video though.
Yeah, I
You
know. I'm actually. I say, I was looking for. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm texting it. I'm about to send it to you now.
But what are you sending it on? Like,
This
because
is
I
the
don't know my
this is the
password on my.
confirmation. I'm
You
no, I'm sending this to Twitter. I'm just gonna, you
repost
know,
it.
message you. Yeah, post it on Twitter. Let's
Oh, about that
see.
50 million thing you talking about?
Absolutely.
I already saw that video. Oh,
But
There
you
Nike.
you
know,
go. You didn't see my video. You didn't see my video.
Oh, okay.
oh look who we got. We have Jamel Herring on the chat.
The real Jamel Harry?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I don't know, because this is a different. This is a different. Um, a different.
Cool. I
Speak,
saw him. He did a
speak.
video. He did an
I ain't
interview
know I
not
was
too
on.
long.
I ain't know. Mine I was on. Nike, my bad. Nike for the
Oh, okay. No,
cup.
I know because it was a different picture. Because your picture was usually different on the YouTube thing. You changed it just now.
Yeah,
Well, this is petty.
that's
That
my
picture is petty.
that's my group
How you
photo.
doing,
That's my
Mr.
group
Harry?
photo. I'm doing
It's
all
a
right, Lisa.
pleasure
How
to
you doing?
talk to you. I'm blessed,
Thank
sir.
you.
She
Yeah.
she she is a Shakur fan. She's from Jersey.
Jersey, stand
I'm
up.
a fan.
I
I'm
got
a
love for
fan. I'm
Jersey.
a fan. I'm a fan of
Ain't
yours
nothing
too.
wrong being a fan. Ain't nothing wrong being. I tell people all the time, ain't nothing wrong being a fan, picking your favorite
Yeah.
fighters, whoever.
No, listen. Shakur is somebody that they were talking about. You know, I don't live in Newark no more, but I'm born and raised. But they were talking about him so much from uh the Olympics and everything. So I was like, oh, let me check this out. A guy from
Right.
Newark or whatever. Yeah. But I watch all your fights on ESPN too.
Nah, I appreciate that.
That was a
Anybody who knows
that
me
was a
knows.
brilliant performance of Carl
Thank you.
Froch. Brilliant performance. So I watch your
Frampton.
fights too.
Frampton.
Nah, I
Yeah, Carl. I'm
appreciate
not
that. I
Carl Froch.
appreciate that.
Carl Frampton.
Frampton,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We're Mr. Kevin Jackson. There you go, Mr. Kevin Jackson. Mr. Kevin Jackson. Shout out to Mr. Kevin Jackson, y'all.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Kevin
So I
Jackson, for
rock.
getting.
I definitely rock with your team. You know that. So
Nah, yeah,
you
nah. I
know.
mean, like I said, it's all love. Anybody who knows me, I don't have no
Yeah.
animosity against
May
nobody.
the
I ain't
best.
got no animosity
Yeah. May
against
the
him.
best
You know what
man
I'm saying?
win. Yeah.
I'm just trying to secure, you know what I'm saying, being the best in the division. That's all that matters to me. I don't care everything else,
Yeah.
you
No,
know.
but she did agree that he should not be compared to Mayweather.
Yeah. Hey, but that's the same.
I think every legend, you know, they had to go through their own trials and tribulations that they should stand alone in their own, you know, in their own right. I feel like every other fighter after that should build their own legacy off their own backs. You know what I mean? Like it's cool to have comparisons and everything, but when people try to say you the next this or next that, I believe it puts too much pressure on
Mm,
yourself as it is. You know what I mean? Especially when you don't live up to those expectations, then it starts getting looking bad.
mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Yeah, because they was like I hate when they compare anybody to Ali. There's no comparisons to Ali. Ali stands on his
Nah.
own. You know.
I mean, exactly, and then we
For
gotta realize.
everybody.
I mean, which Ali we talking about? The one outside the ring that was a huge inspiration. You can't even like I said, you can't even compare with the one even in the ring. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
For
Ali's a legend
everybody.
in his own stance. Yeah.
Yeah. He for
Hey,
everybody.
Jamel, I have a question for you.
What's up? I'm
Um,
here.
yeah, my question is now, Nike and I would both talk about your fight earlier. I told her it's a 50-50. I haven't picked one yet, but I have a question about the location. I'm
Right.
perplexed to why it was in Atlanta and not in New York or in Jersey.
Man,
It could have been
I asked that question my damn self. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, listen, when I sat down, because I went to Shakur's last fight because I had to be there, you know, to promote the next fight, this fight, whatever. So I sat down with them, and the original location was supposed to be Madison Square Garden. That was the original location. That was, you know, what I mean, I didn't. The Atlanta thing came out of the woodworks for me because I was told, you know, New York, which makes sense. I'm from New York. He's from Jersey, but you know that's just from what I know with the business of boxing, whoever gives the bigger site fee, that's where most of your promoters are gonna go. Meaning, if that site fee is gonna pay that promoter top dollar, they're more likely gonna go there. Because remember, when Top Rank had those 3 fights in the Virgin Hotel in Vegas, because instead of, like, there's a lot of other venues in Vegas, but they chose that because they were paying them a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, for hosting those fights. So, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, sometimes for these promoters, it comes down to the dollar amount.
Okay, I can
Okay.
understand that aspect, but when we're thinking about crowd, we're thinking about energy. You being from New York, he being from New Jersey. If it was at the Prudential, if it was in New York, wherever the case may be, you know you're going to get friends and family to come out.
Of
You know
course.
they're going to be packed. You know it was going to be a sellout, right?
Right.
We don't know what's going on with Atlanta because that wasn't necessarily Shakur stomping ground or your stomping ground. Tank had like a connection there because
Exactly.
his connection, you know what I mean?
No,
He has a home
no,
there.
trust me, I agree. I had the same argument conversation many times before, but with the company and with people outside the company. And I think that's what they're really going for. And if I'm being honest, they're
Mm-hmm.
probably looking at it as it being, what I'm saying, a black stomping ground because of what Tank
Hmm.
did down there, and they're trying to test the waters. If you ask me for my honest opinion.
Right.
Well, no, I'm gonna give you my opinion. I know y'all didn't ask for it, but I'm gonna give it to you. I think Bob is trying to sabotage something. Just like they listen, brother. If you when that situation came down with you about the pay split, I was a I was listen. I like you and Shakur, but I was throwing rocks because it was unfair. And this whole thing is about to me is just all unfair. And I don't know if you want to give the best opportunities to succeed, you should put them in the best environment that's going to give them the better energy. Now, if you in New York, you're getting so many more opportunities to
Agreed.
showcase your skills on that bigger stage. In Atlanta, we don't know if it's going to be 4,000 people, 5,000 people, 6,000. We don't know, but we know if it was in New York, it would be a sellout.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I'm not gonna argue with you now. I agree. But
Let
like I
me let
said,
me
it's like one of the things. I feel like they're testing the water, so we just gotta wait and see.
let me ask a question. Didn't this fight go to purse bid?
No, no, no. It was we actually came with a deal before you even went that far. The first bid,
Oh,
we actually
okay.
got a
I
deal
got you.
done.
Got you.
Yeah,
Got you.
I
Okay.
just want to point out that this this profile picture that he has is mad petty because
it's not petty.
you don't know because I've seen your profile picture in a lot of chats and it was just a picture of you, but now it's like a picture of you,
There's a picture. There's a picture of me,
but
Bud, Shakur, and Steven Nelson. That's why I don't. That's why I don't. That's why I said I don't have any animosity or get into the hype of the whole. Supposed to be enemies and all that
Mhm.
mess. Like we've been around each other plenty of times in the last just couple of years.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Hey, look at that. Better is it better,
Definitely.
Nika?
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I just think
No, but
I
didn't they
just
say
think
that the fight wasn't gonna happen in New York because of
he's trying to
Shakur's
move you out.
last performance? It was like a snooze fest, so the MSG didn't want to take that
Yeah,
fight,
yeah, yeah.
right?
I mean, yeah, and I did hear that, and I don't like to get into the ugly part of it, but I heard that because of the last performance, they wasn't trying to do it, and yada yada yada. But like I said, I still thought it was a bigger fight, regardless of what. Because like I said, I didn't get on stage even after his performance. I wasn't going to dog him. I said, listen, he got the win. That's all that really matters. You know what I mean? Like everyone doesn't have the
Hmm.
greatest performance, but I still thought it still made a lot more sense. Just in New York. I mean, he's right there. You know what I'm saying? Newark is right there. And the Garden is right there. But like I
Yeah.
said,
Right
it
there.
was like speaking on deaf ears at times. So I was just like, whatever. Just get the fight done, and we'll go from there.
How's the promotion going with it?
I honestly, they've been doing a good job. Like I just did some filming over the past week with ESPN, so they're gonna have like a little series coming up, like like a
Hmm.
all access HBO 24/7
Yeah.
type deal. You know what I mean? So they are doing what they can to build a fight. I'm going to be in Vegas
Hmm.
next week for the Tyson Fury Wilder fight.
Who do you
these
have
more.
winning that fight?
Oh, for that fight, man. Listen, both the first 2 fights, I was behind Wilder heavy. I was behind Wilder heavy. I thought. I gave Tyson his credit the
Hmm.
second fight. I just think it's one of those situations where like Tyson may have his number, but I hope Tyson Fury isn't underestimating him, thinking that it's going to be an easy fight for the third time around. Because, like I said, I just go off of based off Wilder's his words and his actions. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
like he seems really determined to get some get back, and I respect that. So I just hope that you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you know, Fury doesn't take him lightly because, like I said, at the end of the day, Wilder still has that right hand, regardless of what people may say about his technique. In the heavyweight division, it only takes one punch, but of course you gotta
Mm-hmm.
lean towards Fury being the favorite, but it's not an easy fight for either man.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I agree.
So look at that. Now you try to put me on the stand. And, yeah,
No, no, because
I know
because
you.
Yeah, I
checkmate.
agree.
No, because that's what checkmate and Lisa were just debating over, like Wilder and
Listen,
Fury
I
last time.
was at the second fight. I was in the venue second fight. You know, arguing
Nayka,
with
go ahead
the
and
crowds.
did you get the video, Nayka?
Yeah, when he finished saying what he's saying, then I'll play the
No, I'm saying
video.
I was listen. I went to go like I watched the fight with my team here. You know, Bo Mack and the gang for the first fight.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I watched that
My
fight.
peeps. Yeah.
Then I went to the second fight in Vegas, and I was rooting for Wilder hard. You know what I mean? Because I was surrounded by a lot of British fans, and I was trying to shut them up. But I get text, he got the W, whatever. But I wasn't going to change my stance on Deontay or anything like that. Now I don't
Mm-hmm.
agree with these stuff that happened afterwards. You know what I mean? I don't agree with all the antics and whatever. But but it is what it is. They got the third fight, and hopefully they
Oh,
can cut the score and go for that.
Mm-hmm.
okay, let me ask you this, Jamal. You've obviously we know there's cheating in fighting, right? I've I made a
No.
video. I posted a video last few days regarding Tyson Fury when he did not drink the water that Klitschko when he was in Germany. He said he said he had good word that they spiked the water and he did not drink anything and he went home dehydrated because he knew that they were trying to drug him. He also said that they tried to cheat with the gloves as well. So it's funny that when Fury says that Klitschko tried to cheat with spiked water and dirty gloves, no one says a word. When Wilder says it, all of a sudden he's making excuses. I mean, it has happened in the past. We all know what happened with Margarito, and
I'll
there's
be honest
never
with you.
been a commission who has ever caught dirty gloves. It's always been the other
I'll be
corner.
real. I'll be real with you. I'll be real with you.
Saying it too quick.
Like with box, like for one, like with Vegas, they're really like the commission is really hands and eyes on when we're getting our hands wrapped and the gloves put on. And plus, on top of that, like say for instance, like you always have one of your teammates in the room with the opponent while they're getting hands wrapped and gloves put on. And like, and I know Vegas doesn't play around, and I'm not saying that I mean, sometimes things slip through the cracks or whatever. But I just think it was like for all the, the allegations, it's still kind of hard for to get past, what I'm saying, that Vegas commission, man, because like I
Oh,
said, they're on you. They don't leave that
oh,
room. Once you're in there, they don't leave that room, and you're not leave that. And if you leave the room, they're leaving with you. So it's not much you can really do.
okay. Again, how did Tyson got caught with bad gloves before? That's not the first time. Okay. He got caught with bad gloves before. So this is not the first time that this happened. He's done that. But
Right.
when it comes to the rapping, remember, no, I have never ever seen a commission catch a fighter with the glove situation. It's always the other corner. Remember with Oscar Rivas. Oscar
Right.
Rivas and with Dylan White. Dylan White put on a pair of gloves that wasn't checked by the commission. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
remember.
Dylan White said that an undercard guy took his gloves, and Eddie Hearn said, "Oh no, he just couldn't fit his gloves." They were lying. It was excuses because they were cheating. This is what people do. Unfortunately, unscrupulous people do that.
Right.
And so the commission never caught Margarito. Who knows how long he was cheating with the cast, the plaster wrapped gloves. So we can say what we want about the commission, but the commissions are on the tape. Look at the commission in Minnesota. Look what happened with Michael Fife. We know these commissions are in the tape.
Yeah,
Okay, just like not
I'm not
all.
here judging it. No, I agree with you. Like there's a lot of dirty mess in boxing. But I'm just going off like just from my personal opinion from what I've known and seen in recent years. Just doing the Vegas Commission alone, like they're really strict and hands on. Like I remember when I was drinking, um, a lot of beet juice, and you know what I'm saying. And they was doing the urine test. They looking at me crazy, like why? You know what I mean? Like, and then they went to go get doctors and everything for that, and I had to get clear. I had to get clear with that the night of the fight. So like they're really strict on like everything that you do
Mm-hmm.
from, you know, your drug tests and everything like that. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, a lot of commissions out here are faulty, and
Mm-hmm.
especially in some of these states that don't really have a lot of boxing cards. They really don't know what the hell they're doing, and it shows. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Again, and when we think about the commission, it's not every single person. It doesn't take. It could be 5, 6 people, right? All it takes is one key person. All
Right.
it takes is one person to open that back door and let something slip in. All it takes is one person to give a wink, wink, and let something slide because they are on the take. We know a lot of these referees are on the take. Take a look at Adelaide Bird.
So wait,
You
what
know,
is your
look
end
at
goal? Wait,
Adelaide
wait,
Bird.
wait, wait, wait,
Look
wait.
at a
Because
lot of these
I don't want to
judges
keep
who are
putting
on the take.
Jamel on the spot about Wilder and Fury. What is your
Yeah.
end all be all about? What is your end all be
No,
all?
we're talking about that in boxing. Period. It's just that these things happen. So when someone says, "Oh, Wilder made excuses," I would just point showing the opposite perspective. When Fury said Klitschko cheated with dirty water, with spiked water, and the glove, Fury said they went in there and they had to make Klitschko rewrap his hands because he caught him.
Right.
Um, so again, my point is, uh, Wilder make the accusation. While no one has ever questioned Wilder's credibility at all, Fury has been caught cheating with PEDs. He paid Martin Careford money, to say he ate boar meat, and all these things just happen. So my thing
Right.
is, when you gotta figure out who's you gonna give the benefit of the doubt. If Jamal Herring say something happened to me, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm like, I never heard Jamal Herring go off the deep end before. I never heard him complain before. There must be some validity when he says I felt woozy. Evander Holyfield said his water was spiked, and a lot of these people, you know what? They will spike your water with muscle relaxers because
Can
they
I
don't
ask you a
test for
question?
everything.
Let me finish. Checkmate. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Um, when is this evidence gonna come out? If
I
it's
gave it to.
true,
All right,
huh?
so look.
I gave
All
it to
right,
Nike.
so thanks for coming on, Jamel. I know you are in
Like
camp
You
right now.
I'm about to
gave
go
it
to the
to me.
movies. I'm
When is
going to
it
watch this
gonna
Venom
be?
movie. I gotta go. But Bomac wants me to get out. He said that I've been stressing and thinking about the fight too much because I've been thinking about this fight every single day.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because like I said, it stays among. It's a big fight for me, but
Yeah.
right, like I said, man, I once in a while I get on these. I get on. I make time to get out there and talk to everybody. Shout out to Knockouts with Nayka. Featuring Red Cup
Yeah.
Night tonight. My man
Yeah.
Bernie in
Pleasure
20
talking to
smiling.
you,
Come
Mr.
over here,
Herring.
Bernie, real quick. I gotta get Bernie over here real quick before I get off here. Because
All right.
you gotta say a
Well,
few
good luck
words.
with your fight,
We are,
man.
we are Red Cup Night tonight. You know who it is.
Love
It's
to
Bernie the
Hey,
Boxer.
Bernie.
Yes, sir.
What's
Lisa,
up,
Lisa,
Bernie?
it was nice speaking with
What's
you,
up?
Lisa. Like I said,
Man, my
you're very
people will be
respectful.
so psyched because we love your team, man. We love your team,
Thank you,
man.
Lisa. Yeah, checkmate. I
Yeah.
respect you, man. Like I said, man, I respect your opinion. I respect where you're coming from. But I feel like I said, the third fight will hopefully it'll set things in stone. And like I said,
Hmm.
man, if Deontay gets his victory and gets the titles back, then you know what I'm saying, hats off to him. But like I said, at least
Hmm.
we got a
I'm
third fight. You know what I'm
guaranteeing.
saying?
I'm guaranteeing Wilder KO Fury this fight.
All right, I'll be
You
there.
got me
I'll
on
be there.
record.
I'll be in the
Guaranteed.
crowd. But like I said, it's nice speaking with you, Lisa. God bless you and your
Nice
family.
speaking to you
Naka,
too.
you
God
know how to
bless
hit
you
me
and
up,
keep
Nike.
you as well.
Avocado Nike. I got y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves.
All right, you too. Stay blessed, brother. Stay blessed. Best wishes with the fight.
All right.
Yeah,
So let me
man.
let me play
Hmm.
the video
Okay.
that he let's see what we can do here. Share.
Very
Share
nice guy.
screen.
Thank you, Nika.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was very nice for him to take out his time on his camp to get on here
Yeah.
with us arguing about Fury and Wilder. Um,
Two big
You
dosses.
ready? You ready for this checkmate, Miss Bales?
you ready for this checkmate, Miss Bell?
No, because I could care less. I'm not interested in this fight at all. I'm not even watching it.
All right. Chrome tab. Let me see. All right, because I'm new at this. All right, so here it
Not even
goes.
in
This is
this
it right
mess.
here, right? All right, watch again.
You're going to make us an offer with an upside. Do yourself a favour, don't bother making the offer unless it's a guarantee. If there's $100 million in the fight, no problem, we'll sign tomorrow. Give us $60 million, you've got the fight.
Okay. I'll take 50 million up front. If that's the case, Wilder's team, bring me 50 million up front and we'll take the fight.
I just sent them what they wanted. What did they want? They said they wanted 50 mil, so I gave it to them. So soon we'll see the fight.
What's going on?
The communication channels are open and they're two-way. So I went back to Al Heyman and asked them 6 or 7 questions, of which they gave us the answers. It's really a case of, does Anthony want to take this fight in Las Vegas?
That's what it's always been about, isn't it?
It has, but now there is more money for him based on the offer to do this fight in the US.
He got offered 50 mil the other day, and he never took it.
Obviously, their offer is based on the US fight, and they've provided answers to the questions I've asked.
Barry, what about that one? I'll tell you what. I mean, pay-per-view is criticised by a lot of people. These fights deserve pay-per-view, and these fights deserve pay-per-view income.
To elaborate, yeah, all the money's in America. At the moment, there is considerably more money to fight in America than there is in the UK. There's a lot more money to fight in America. Therefore, every fighter wants to fight in America.
Joshua called him a lanky piece of shit.
Because he keeps avoiding people. They don't want to eat. Listen, he's still winning 50 million to fight Wilder. Wilder gave him 50 million. Why didn't he fight?
Look at Deontay Wilder.
He offered Joshua 50 million. Joshua didn't take it.
He sent an email first.
Listen, I've been out in America, and I know from real source that seeing that the money was there.
I'm asking questions, I'm getting advice. And
Checkmate.
High pitch down. Oh, that noise so high, my ears like whoa.
Was it really loud? I'm sorry, because I never played like the video without.
No, it was my Nayka. When the video play, I think you got to mute your other.
My phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because we're getting feedback.
All right.
well,
So
see the thing.
did you get it?
Great, yeah, great video, checkmate. See the things with videos like that. For me, I have to watch all the videos in their entirety, because what happens is people use sound bites. And see, I'm a communications major. That was my major, so I know all about that. Clickbait, sound bites. But I need to get the full context of everything. You know what I mean?
I understand.
So
Right, but okay, and I understand that. But when Eddie Hearn says, I talked to Al Heyman, I asked him 6 or 7 questions, the communications is open, and the only thing that's left is we're going to decide if we're going to take this fight in Las Vegas. There is no debate. That's called a checkmate.
you say it is, but like I said, I can be
That was a
more
pregnant
context.
pause. You know why? Because the fact spoke for itself. You heard AJ say, "Send me the 50 million." You said Wilder say, "I sent the 50 million." You heard Dylan White say, "I was in America." And Steven Espinoza showed Dylan White the receipts. So, and Eddie Hearn, listen. During that same time, Eddie Hearn was telling people, let me get this out, please. Let me get this out, please. During the same time, Eddie Hearn was telling his fans and people, "Oh, it's just an email. It came from. It's not real. We want to see proof." And the same while he was saying that, he was already communicating with Al Heyman. He was already confirmed things were real. So that 24-hour thing that you said, that had no relevance to it. Why? Because he was in confirmed, and confirmed. He also said, based on their offer, there's more money for this fight in America. That's a checkmate.
Not necessarily.
Oh God! I would listen. Play the next video. Nayka, play the next video. Play the next video.
You can play all these videos you want, but I'm not
No.
interested.
It's only 2
Until
minutes.
I,
It's only 2
until I
minutes.
get my own
It's only 2 minutes.
context of you're
Right.
putting it,
But
you're
let's.
putting your stuff in it. Unless I
Did
need
I
to
put a
watch
spin?
videos. Okay, listen. I
Did I
need
put
to
a
watch
spin on
the
it, or did you
video.
hear from them words? It wasn't. You didn't hear
You
my tone.
chopped it
You
up.
didn't hear my
You
voice at
chopped
all.
up this. You chopped up that. I still
It's
need to
called
see
editing.
things. I
It's
know
called
that.
editing in order to
I know
fit in
that.
that 2
I
minute and
need
20-second
to see.
space. That's
I
all. That's
get
the
it.
max.
I
Okay.
got you. But there's still
Okay.
context and
So
stuff.
now we're going. Okay.
Why do
So
you?
now, since
My
you're
thing
trying
is
to,
this, right? My thing is this, right? Why is this such an issue for you?
it's not if you me. You said it. I'm just proving a point.
Why is this such an issue?
I'm just proving a point. I'm just proving a point. So there's no more
Didn't I
debate.
say
Now,
earlier?
let me finish this.
No. Didn't I say earlier that's old stuff? It didn't happen.
But you asked me to get the videos. Now you
No, I
dismissing the
didn't.
video. Listen, let me get this out. Let me get this out.
Show me on it.
So now,
Show me. No. Let me get this up. I never said show me the videos. I told you I already knew the story.
Okay, so
I
check this
never
out. So
asked you
then
to
you
show me the
say,
video.
so now you heard Eddie Hearn confirm that he spoke to Al Heyman and confirm that the 50 million 50 was on the table and all
Yeah, I
the
remember
questions
him
and
saying that.
concerns were answered. So let me finish the statement, please. I know you're concerned because you're trying to wiggle out a checkmate, but you can't. So check this
No,
out.
I'm
So
not trying to
now
wiggle
you're
out of
gonna
nothing,
listen to
checkmate.
Barry Hearn. Okay, let me get this out, and you can say whatever you like. Okay. Now you're about to watch Barry Hearn say that he said that that Shelly Finkel right away, but he says Eddie Finkel know better than that. Shelly know better than that. He wanted to fight Wilder the year after or year after that. Please play that.
Okay,
Roll that
I'm going
beautiful
to
beam
play.
footage, Nayka.
I'm going to try to play this. All right, let's see. You know I'm
He's
new to
still
this
talking
shit, so
about
let's see.
stuff that doesn't matter. They didn't fight.
It all matters
It
because you
really
asked the
don't
question.
matter. No,
Now
it
remember
don't
when you
matter.
play it, you got to mute
You're
your
so
mic,
busy trying
Yeah,
to
Nayka.
prove
She
your
don't want to see.
point.
Look at it.
You're so
Look at it.
busy
Look at it.
trying
Look
to
at it.
prove
Look at
your
it.
point to make
I
excuses
always
for
prove points. That's why
Wilder
my name is Checkmate.
because nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a
Okay, well,
damn.
this is what we have the
Fight is
boxing
dead in the water.
discussions and
I
debates
told
about.
now
And in
didn't I
my boxing
told you
discussions debates,
earlier?
I like
I
to
told
checkmate.
you earlier. Yeah, I told you earlier. There was egos involved, and I said it was like a bad marriage or whatever, and it just didn't work.
You said
Irreconcilable.
Wild
I said
didn't
irreconcilable
take their
differences.
offer.
It did not work.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay,
move
Nayka,
on, brother.
play the beautiful
Move
beam
on.
footage.
It's tired. It's dead. Put it to rest.
No, because Nayka's never seen this video. It's going to be tired and be dead when I checkmate you with this last video. Thanks. Go
You'll
ahead,
never
Nayka, you can play
checkmate me. You'll never checkmate
it.
me.
Okay, I get you.
Because all of that stuff that's
Play the
out in
video.
public, we really don't know what's going on in private.
Okay, well, I'm showing you what's going on
It's
in
a
private. Go
PR
ahead. Thank you.
nightmare, and I said that.
Okay.
It's crazy. Shall it, like,
Can you see? All right, hold on. So I'm gonna mute my mic so you can hear this. Hold on.
Wilder works, we're gonna make it happen. If Wilder isn't the right opponent for next year, then we'll put it back on the into 2019. But I'm just gonna do things my way. People just can't rush my career. That's one thing I've learned is that I've got a career. I need to map it out. I'm gonna take fights at the right time for me. And yeah, if it's next year or the year after or the year after, when I fight him, I'll be in a position to beat him.
I personally, my advice was let's leave it 2 years. In 2 years' time, it might be 250, 300 million.
There's a greater risk.
I think Shelly Finkel wanted to cash in on Deontay Wilder straight away. That's my honest view. He wanted to fight straight away. That's crazy. Business crazy. And Shelly, the most likely thing for me would be fall 2019. But look, worst case scenario, if AJ's unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, I'll take that.
Well,
Don't
listen.
tell me about legacy and all this nonsense, because when it really gets to it, we're in a money business and the fans don't understand. It's not about the best fight and the best as far as boxing is concerned. It's the best deal for the fighter.
And not everybody can be wrong and saying that their terms that they're offering are not good enough. Tyson Wilder and White can't be wrong.
Okay, I'll take 50 million up front. If that's the case, Wilder's team, bring me 50 million up front and we'll take the fight.
I just sent them what they wanted.
What did they want?
They said they wanted 50 mil, so I gave it to them. So soon we'll see the fight.
Are you serious?
You gotta be a man of it. You gotta be a man of his word. If you ain't a man of his word, then
Joshua called him a lanky piece of shit.
Because he keeps avoiding people. But he still wanted 50 million to fight Wilder. Wilder gave him 50 million. Why didn't he fight him? Then now all of a sudden, because Wilder's fighting Fury, and all of a sudden, he wants to fight Wilder.
checkmate.
Bomb Squad!
I like your edits.
Well, I'm glad you appreciate my. I make videos every week, so I got thousands of videos. You know why? Let me tell you why. Because when on Twitter, see, you don't do Twitter, and it could be a very toxic space. And I ain't got time to be telling my opinion. I'd rather show you what they say. Then we can talk about what they say, because the facts don't change. You know what I mean? I can't change what Eddie said. I can't change what Barry Hearn said.
Those ain't all the facts.
Okay,
though.
so when
because I know about that 50. He said, do you really think this fight is worth $50 million? And he said,
who said
if
that?
it is, AJ in that video where he had that suit on or whatever, he said
if it was worth 100, right?
If it is, send me $50 million now. It was a tongue-in-cheek thing. And
that 50 million, exactly. He never expected it. He never expected it.
Probably didn't. But hold on. Yes.
Can we admit I checkmated you on both videos?
No, because somebody said like he. This was pretty much the same video. Somebody said.
Well, how was it the same video when Barry Hearns was not in the same video?
No, but they're like I feel like people are saying that you just happy that he said checkmate.
Absolutely, you know that's in all my Wilder videos. Absolutely,
checkmate.
That's in all my Wilder videos.
I'm not even mad at y'all, but it's the same thing. If you would have said Nayka or something, I would have fucking ran that shit to the ground. So yeah, if you said checkmate,
that's in all my Wilder videos.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm back. Sorry, I had to somebody had called me. Okay. Yeah, there's great editing, like I said, but there's more to, you know what I mean? Like you're just playing the part that you're trying to get your point out, but there's other parts to it. That's what I'm saying. But that's fine. Like I love editing. I don't do editing.
Okay, I do. Because I like to checkmate. See, you could tell me I'm lying, right? People could tell me I'm lying all the time. They could tell me I'm lying, right?
I just don't agree with you.
But when I put it in their words, who's lying? It's not me. It's not my opinion.
I know all about what do you call it? Not clickbait, but sound bites.
Yeah.
They use like a certain.
I'm going to agree with her because
of it, but not the whole thing.
Yeah, you could edit out certain things to make it
go with your
agenda. You know,
I prefer to watch.
Okay, so let me ask you,
Nayka.
Let me ask you, Nayka. Everything is about context. Were the words taken out of context, or were they complete sentences and statements?
Oh,
I can't
yeah,
answer
what's
that because,
wrong?
to be honest, the videos look
Not
like they
yet.
were
Let me
just
try to get it. I'm gonna have to
little,
cut
like
it
she
all the
said,
way up,
sound bites
probably.
of like sentences that were not complete. So, when you have an agenda and you're
Well,
trying to make your point, you're gonna post and edit to your favor. That's just what it is. That's
Nika,
what you
it
asked
don't
me.
take a genius to figure out
Huh?
that Eddie
You
Hearn
asked me
said
a
he spoke to
question.
Al Heyman and
You asked me a
confirmed
question.
the
You asked
50.
me a question. I
Yeah,
gave you the answer. That
right. But
when you want somebody to give you a true
Trying. Let me
and
see.
legit answer to like something that you're trying to prove, you need to play the whole video in its context, like everything. You can't just take sound bites and mush them all together. Like that's we I
Yeah, I
can't
think
I
it's on
can't give
now.
you I can't give you an honest
It's
opinion and
going.
answer on
It's
something
gonna
that's
get
like
hot, but it's okay.
in tidbits in a
And I'll
video
cut
that
it
you put
down.
together.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to cut the I'm sorry, I had to cut the thermostat on. It's starting to get cold over here. Sheesh. Well, Nika, it got cold.
Yeah, it did, right?
Yeah.
No, but I'm in
Yeah.
Miami right now.
Oh, okay, girl. I see you, girl.
But I was in New York like on Sunday, but it was still nice weather on Sunday. But I came to
Yeah.
Miami on Sunday night, so.
And we didn't
But
have
yeah,
no summer at all. It's terrible.
and I kind of had a song, but I was just telling him that I can't give him an answer on something that he edited together because I'm not gonna answer something that was like not put in his whole context. If when you're trying to prove a point,
Right.
you're gonna like pull out your little bullet points of what someone's saying. So I can't give you my honest opinion on what your video that you provided me. I'm sorry.
Right. And I didn't understand why people just got so caught up in it, the boxing community, and
I know. I feel like people
instead of
are
just
really
instead of
too
minding their
emotionally
business,
involved in this fight, and it's not that
mind their
serious to me.
business with these fighters. Let them make the fights. People be harassing people on social media, and they be pulling up on these fighters. You can't be doing that, man. You're gonna get your head knocked off one day.
Hmm.
Instead of minding their business. I don't come from that era. I see a fighter or whatever, I keep it pushing. Hey, how you doing? You know what I
Yeah, they're
mean? But
just a
I
human
ain't like
being,
no
just like me. Like it's not that serious. I'm not gonna like
exactly.
pass out, do the most. Like, hey, you want to take a
Yeah, they ain't
picture?
my
Fine.
God. I don't
Yeah,
put them
like
up
I
there like
don't.
that.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah,
I
it
would
ain't that
never
deep
put
to
a
me.
human being that's working this earth like me, like on a pedestal like that. It's not that serious
Yeah,
to me. To me, so.
yeah, yup.
okay.
I feel
Well,
like
when it comes,
you're like a little annoyed, Checkmate, because I didn't say like your video. Like I feel like I can't answer your videos like that because it was snippets of things that people say. I didn't hear what they said
well,
in its entirety. You know.
if I make a statement and my statement is 30 seconds, okay, we talk for an hour and I make a statement in 30 seconds. It's not out of context. It's not like I chopped words up and put them together and made him formulate his sentence. You got the gist of the fact that they asked for 50 million. Eddie Hearn confirmed the 50 million was real because he was
Oh
talking back
God.
and forth. Al Heyman answered all of his questions. Now the
Yep.
British people
Got it.
was saying that the 50 million wasn't real. The British people were saying that it was Wilder sent it through the email. It wasn't valid. The money didn't exist. There was no proof of funds. So I show you this. You have to take Eddie for face value for what he's saying. Okay, now then comes to me. Now you got to say, okay, will Checkmate actually lie on videos? Will Checkmate string together things to make a? No, you know why? Because every video that I had, you can go to IFL and all these other places, and I still have the original videos, but the long version. If you want to listen to 2 hour video, but I don't need 2 hours to get to the gist of the point. You know what I mean? So you gotta question your source. I don't lie. There's no reason for me to lie. You know
Now
what I
let me
mean?
ask you a question, checkmate. Why would what's the guy's name from Showtime again?
Stephen
Boxing.
Espinoza.
Why
Espinosa.
would he show Dylan White proof? That makes no sense to me.
It makes a lot of sense. Isn't he's Dylan White is not the only person he showed the proof to. He showed the proof to several people, especially Dylan White came over, right? Dylan White was a free agent. His next fight was a free agent. He was trying to get, seeing who's going to air the fights. Is he going to get Showtime to air it? Is the Zone going to air it? Whatever the case may be. So when he went to Vegas, and specifically, he met with Steven Espinoza. Okay, when he met with him, the conversation came up. He showed them the emails. Many people have done that. Listen, I've been shown things by a particular fighter on here that validating things. I'm not going to go into it because I don't disclose my sources. But I've been shown things that the people were lying that show. Okay, boom. When people show you stuff, you just be quiet. I don't say who in my DMs or who talk to me, who share factual information with me. All I know is, you know what I mean, consider the source. So when Dylan White, that was Dylan White is AJ's stablemate. Why would he lie about the 50 million? Why would Lennox Lewis lie
Everybody know
about
Dylan don't like everybody know Dylan and AJ is
I
enemies.
got you.
Pretty
So
much
now
know that. Yeah.
we can cross
But
we can
that
cross
makes no
Dylan White
sense
out,
to
right?
me. No. I'm saying it just makes no
we can
sense
cross
to
Dylan
me.
White out.
No, what I'm saying is that doesn't sound professional.
Well,
a person
if he wanted,
another person has nothing to do with that. That just don't sound right to me. That's just my opinion.
Well, there's many people. Listen, I've seen Wilder direct messages that he's seen because he showed Dylan White had it on his phone, right? This is how I saw it. Dylan White was doing a video and he accidentally showed everything that Wilder sent him and he put out a lie. And so I messaged him and put out the truth and I showed him a screenshot what was on his phone and he blocked me. Okay, because he tried to lie and I showed the truth. So again, you're asking how.
So you go through all of this for Wilder. This is crazy. See, I don't do all of that stuff. It ain't that deep to me.
I can never be
Yeah,
this
this
invested.
sounds
I
like
can
really
never be
extreme
invested.
to me. This sounds
I can never be
extreme to
this
me.
invested.
I'm not trying to be funny, but the Wilder fans, they a bit too extreme for me.
Okay, well, you say it extreme. Well, the thing about it is this about
I'm going to co-sign on that.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm taking that red cup away.
I'm an AJ fan, but I'm realistic
Take the
too.
red cup away from. I agree.
I don't be doing all that stuff. I don't be doing all that stuff. That don't sound right. That don't sound normal to me.
The Wilder fanatics that I know be doing the most. Like you can't take that away from me, checkmate. I've gotten into it with, and I'm not even like I'm not even like a Wilder or Fury fan, but when somebody lied on my name over some Wilder shit, like that's doing the most. You too invested. Like it's not that serious.
Yeah.
It's not that
I've been loud on anybody.
I was called.
Think about it.
I was called a traitor one time. Can you believe I was called a traitor? Hey, Nayka, I was called a traitor one time because I like AJ and not Wilder. Can you believe that? I cussed that nigga out.
I used to like AJ until he did the thing with the 50-50. I liked him.
Yeah.
I watched the Charles Martin fight.
And why was that your business?
Well, and once he turned into a little bitch ass nigga, that's when I jumped off the wagon. That was it. Once I saw what was really the deal, I wanted nothing to do with it.
But Wilder's a bitch ass nigga.
That's fine. You can feel that way, but once AJ
like I said,
did what he did,
I said tonight,
Once they
it's not your business,
Wilder,
it's not your business, dude.
Disrespected America. They disrespected a culture.
It's not your business, dude.
Well, if it's not my business, why are we all discussing it?
Because it's really not none of your business like that.
But you've been discussing it. You said you seen all
No,
the videos. You said you knew
I did.
that
Yeah.
Wilder was the
And
one
you
who
still
stopped
talking about
Undisputed.
this, and you still talking about this tired subject that nobody want to hear about.
But you're the one that's
Told
talking about
Nika,
it. What are you talking
I
about?
told Nika, because you still keep bringing it on. Nobody cares, dude.
Well, you don't care because I checkmated you with facts.
You
That's
didn't
it.
checkmate me, dude.
You listen.
You
You
still
listen. This
talking about this
is the thing,
shit.
Miss
It's
Bill.
tired,
You have
dude.
to
Let it
learn to
go.
take Miss
It's
Bill. You have to learn.
nobody
It's
cares.
okay to be wrong.
Nobody
It's okay
cares.
when you. It's okay for you not to have seen every video or seen all the information.
I
It's
have
okay for
seen
you
the
to be
videos.
introduced to new aspects.
I don't agree with you. Dude, you sound
Okay.
like
Well, you don't have to
delusional.
agree with me.
Funny.
You
And
don't have to
Wilder,
agree with me. Just agree with the facts.
no, I do stick with the facts. You just
Okay. Did I show
delusional.
anything that was not factual? Yes or no?
Dude, as I said, I'm done with this subject. We can
Okay.
talk about
Of
something
course.
else. Hey, Nika,
That's fine.
like I said, Nika, somebody, where Nika at?
She'll be back. She probably has to go
On
to
and
basketball.
on about this. The fight didn't happen. Who cares? Move on.
Okay,
It's
we can
boxing.
move on, but I proved my point. After you came up, you took the mic and you said that I was lying. You said you
Nothing.
didn't
I never
agree.
said
You said
you
I
lying.
was stopped.
I said I
Okay.
just didn't agree.
Well,
I
when
have
you
a
said
different
that
point of
Wilder
view.
was the one who stopped it, all I did was
He
prove to you
has.
that
He has. Because when Klitschko, I could go back. When Klitschko was trying to maybe have a fight with what's his name? Severn. Then Wilder came in, and I get it. He wanted his title shot or whatever. You know how many times he could have went for undisputed and he didn't. It didn't happen. So I'm moving on.
Can you hear me?
Because I that was a fight I was actually interested in at the time before I even knew AJ. Because I was like, they both tall, and you got the young one coming up and the older one. I said that should be an interesting fight. But I didn't know at the time. I didn't know that they both had the same manager.
yes, and I do have a video of Wilder stating that he wanted to fight Klitschko, and the Klitschko didn't want to fight him. And I also have a video that Klitschko
God.
stating, again,
So
because of the Shelley.
everything, you know what, dude? You got to answer for everything, and it's always
Absolutely.
going to
I
be
wouldn't talk about it.
and you go,
I
and
would
you know
not
what?
talk
And you
about it if I wasn't
always
advanced.
going to have a rebuttal in favor of Wilder. I'm just calling like it is, dude. I'm
Yeah, I
so
know.
off of this. Hey,
You
Nike,
better be
I was called. Check it.
you
I
are
was
so glad
called.
that you're not on Twitter
I
because you would
I
be
was
annoyed.
called a traitor, right? With this situation, I cussed that dude out. Like I told him, let me tell you something. I like who the F I want to like. You don't pay my bills, so F you and kiss my ass.
I know that's right. But I've been called a whole bunch of things too and accused of things just for like not really picking or even a winner. And that I feel like that's obsessive and that's doing the most.
Yeah.
It's not that serious. I'm not emotionally involved in this fight like that. It could never be that serious for me. It could never be that serious for me. Like I just want to see a good fight and that's it. Like I'm not
Yeah.
emotionally invested into a fight where I'm gonna be like calling someone names and like calling them something out of their name or out of their character. Like it's crazy. It's not that serious.
Yeah, people be
So
doing too much. These fans
too much,
nowadays, like
too much,
they
too much.
don't mind their business, and they all up in other people's business, and they all up in these fighters' business. Like who cares? That's like telling me I can't like Sade. I gotta like Anita Baker. I like them both.
Yeah, you have the option to like whoever you want to do, and you should like whoever you want to like, and you should not be
I
like
blame that
called.
dude.
You should. I've seen people be called a coon
Yes.
for not going for Wilder, and I feel like that's so dramatic and so obsessive.
Disrespectful.
And disrespectful, inappropriate. Like it's not that serious to call someone a coon because they're not going for Wilder.
Yeah.
Like that's doing the most.
Yup.
That's really doing the most.
They the coons.
Like that, I feel that's ignorant to me. To call somebody a coon for not going for Wilder,
I don't rock
that's
with a lot of these
ridiculous.
people.
Yeah.
They be trying to put you on like you can't You can't impose nobody on me. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not the one.
Well, I'm going to upload all my videos up to YouTube, and you can be sure you can have a gander, Miss Bell. you
I'm
can
not
have a gander, Miss
interested at
Bell.
all.
Why
I
wouldn't
like
you
your
want to be
editing though.
interested in the facts?
No,
Nike, did you see the last
You
one I
still
sent you?
talking about this? You still
check me in the
talking about
receipts with
this
the editor.
dead? You still talking about this dead subject?
No, I'm not. I didn't bring up the subject. I
Have
said
the-
video. I got
hey,
videos on
did they
everything.
have the fight? Did they have the fight?
What fight are you talking about?
So,
I
what
did I mention Wilder? Did I mention anything? I just said I'm uploading all of my videos. You think I only got videos on Wilder?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about that. My
Okay,
apologies.
so he sent me one more, so I'm gonna try to play this one. Hold on,
Yeah,
let me see.
this is about the
This
Wilder
is the
and Fury,
third
and
one,
this
right?
yeah,
Oh my god.
this is where he talks about where Mark only told him to do the 1-2-1-2.
No, I'm not interested in Wilder and Fury. So I could care less about
Let's see.
this Hollywood charade.
Okay, well, enjoy the edits, if you will.
I could care less.
Hold on.
Didn't I tell
Let
you
me
I
see
don't
what-
care about this fight?
I didn't want to step on anyone, nor did he want to. We're energy beings, so we feed off the energy of each.
This is a dark day for boxing.
How has your
I
skills
can't.
been sharpened working with Malik? How confident are you that you're going to come into this ring and show everybody stuff that they haven't seen from you?
I'm super confident in my ability and what I'm going to display on the night of the fight. You know, it always takes that person to bring the best out of you. You know, I should have brought Malik on as on the team as the head coach a long time ago. You know, but I didn't want to step on anyone's toes, nor did he wanted to. We're energy beings, so we feed off the energy of each other, and it's just amazing to have Malik in the camp with me. He just bring the best out of me.
This is a dark day for boxing.
You know, before having my other trainer, you know, all he worked on was the 1-2. That's all he ever wanted to do was 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Respect to Mark Breland.
We never did anything to the body or nothing like that. He never emphasized doing anything else. The guy always said, "That's all you need. That's all you need. 1-2, 1-2." You know what I mean? And but with Malik, he bring everything out of me. It's not that I didn't have the ability to do certain things. I just didn't have no one to just bring it out of me. In training, like I always say, you have to be perfect for 12 rounds. I only have to be perfect for 2 seconds. And bam, baby, good night. And he bring the best out of me. I'm looking forward to displaying to the world what I've already had, you know. But now, you know, I got that fire and desire, and I'm gonna bang Big Mama body up. I'm gonna go to his body like the 4th of July, baby. How you do it? 78
Right.
style.
This is a dark day for boxing.
Yes, indeed.
This is a dark day for boxing.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now you know where the dark day for boxing come from, right? Lance Pugmire and Mike Copmacher, they had a podcast, and they were saying how it was a dark day for boxing that Wilder won his arbitration. They said it's a dark day for boxing. They don't want that. They wanted Fury versus Joshua, and they were just downing on Wilder.
Joshua, AJ all day. Yup.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
That's fine. But when you have
I didn't hear that.
American
I
media, when you didn't hear them, you didn't hear them say that it was a dark day for boxing.
I don't follow them, dude. Do you understand? I don't follow you. Do you understand? I don't follow Wilder. What part of that you don't understand? I don't
I got the
follow
video.
Wilder or Fury. Dude,
Well, listen,
get that
I
in your
follow
head.
boxing. Okay. Well,
I
the thing
follow
is,
boxing too, but I turn on
well,
deaf
well,
ears
you,
when I hear all that malarkey.
I hear you, but you got your opinion of what's malarkey, and I got my opinions of what needs to be out there and what needs to be checkmated. Okay. So when people put information out there, you know what I mean? I like to be able to gather the sources and counter it with the facts. It's as simple as that. There's a lot of noise out there. 85% of what's out in the Twitter space takes away from the facts. And I just like to present the facts. That's it. You know? So when I say something, it's not me. You can tell me I'm
Fact,
crazy. No,
black,
don't tell
white.
me I'm crazy.
And
Tell
then there,
them.
no, a lot of. Let me tell you something. You know what I learned? I read a lot of these boxing. I'm gonna tell you something. And this is real deal. I read a lot of these boxing articles, right? First of all, a lot of them don't even have integrity, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, they don't even proofread. Okay, I know they talk about this new media and old media, but the old newspapers when they did it, they went through a proofreading. Okay, I don't respect a lot of this boxing media today, as far as like these boxing news 24 and all that stuff. They don't even proofread. They have so many grammatical errors. Okay, half of the articles you don't even know if the stuff is real. Sometimes you gotta wait a few days. They want to just present breaking news. Sometimes you gotta wait a few days to find out what's really real. So a lot of this stuff is just puff to me. It's just like whatever. They don't have no like the old newspapers. They have more integrity. See, boxing has become niche now. It's become a niche sport. It's like on the back page, if it's even still mentioned in a newspaper. Okay, they don't even talk about it on mainstream ESPN anymore unless it's a big fight. I'm just keeping it a buck. So a lot of this stuff to me is just BS.
Yeah.
Okay. You know it's BS. I know it's BS, but that's the reason why I like to check the BS. Because a lot of these people that's on Twitter, we talk about the Qs, the Poogs and the cops. We're talking about the people who work for Sports Illustrated. We're talking about the people who working for the Ring magazine. We're talking about the people who put this propaganda out for ESPN. So these are the people that we're communicating with. These are the people who are trying to shape the opinions with the bullshit. So therefore, it's just in my nature. Listen, maybe it's because I'm an Aquarius, whatever the case may be, but I feel like I got to right the wrong. And that's why I like to checkmate with the facts. You know what I mean?
Well,
I
here's the
checkmate the
thing.
lies
I
with the facts.
I just think that I mean Wilder was the champ for was it 5 years, and he defended his titles what for 10 times or whatever, 10 title defenses. So I don't think in that time that he seemed that he was doing well and came up. You know, you got to look at where he came from to where he is now. But I don't think that I never heard the media talk against him, not from my
Okay.
knowledge.
Well, if you was on Twitter, you would you
Yeah.
would see
Well,
it
no,
every day.
Twitter.
Twitter is a
They
mess.
That's
I feel like
hate
Twitter.
Wilder.
That's not. But that's Twitter.
that's true.
I'm talking about the media.
But these are the
Twitter is
this is
not the media.
ESPN people.
Oh,
Okay. Do you
see,
understand what I'm saying? These are the reporters. These are the reporters from Sports Illustrated, like Chris Mannix from Sports Illustrated. You know what I mean? He's completely biased against Wilder, and then a whole
okay.
bunch of other fighters and all things Al Heyman. You know, the people from ESPN, they're completely biased. The people from Ring Magazine, they're completely biased. From all of these particular sporting outlets, they actually communicate these opinions on Twitter. Okay. So,
Okay.
and I'm gonna be quite honest. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I didn't come to Twitter till 2018, right? Before I came to
Okay.
Twitter in 2000, I never knew this. I never knew any of this. I was just like you. I never knew that these guys talk negative like this. I never knew about the propaganda agenda. I never even knew anything about there was a PBC. I never once even, PBC was just like anybody else. I never, again, I didn't separate them. When I came to Twitter in 2018, I learned so much, and it changed me forever. And I would say it changed me not for the better, but for the worse, because now I look at these people in the garbage that they spew, and that just takes away a lot of the passion. Now when I look at boxing, I hear a lot of the things. Now I understand it's not based on fact. A lot of it is based on artificial propaganda, artificial anointing. A lot of things are based on the business side, with Bob Arum controlling this media. You know what I mean? With MTK Global controlling a lot of things that's going on behind the scenes. With um, Oscar De La Hoya owning Ring Magazine and poisoning the airways and poisoning the media with this anti-PBC and Al Heyman propaganda. You know what I mean? I never knew that they was referring to Al Heyman as a nigger until I got on Twitter and I saw the emails myself. So I learned so much.
That
So it's a
wasn't
gift and
Oscar that
it's a
said that.
curse.
Oscar didn't say that. Oscar didn't say that. But he didn't come out and
No, it was.
he apologized. It was somebody that was a freelance
I said
writer or
Golden Boy.
somebody
I
that.
didn't say Oscar. I said it was Golden
Yeah,
Boy. It was the
yeah,
PR.
There's
That
somebody
right.
from the
So,
PR
but it was
team that
Golden
was
Boy.
the Golden
That's
Boy.
just
right.
you're putting this.
But
It was the person who puts the stuff out there.
right. Yeah, he didn't apologize for that, which I felt he should have. But there's no love lost between him and Al Heyman. Let's be real.
I don't
With
listen.
Richard
I don't go
Schaefer.
looking
Yeah,
for fights. I don't go looking for disagreements.
right,
Don't you dare, Nayka.
right.
Listen,
I'm just being honest with the Richard Schaefer thing and the stable going. I mean, there's no love lost between them. I know that. I remember when that happened. You know.
but
Yeah.
I tell you
But
what,
but
I
see, the
have been
thing is
educated
that
since I came to Twitter.
right.
I thought I
What
knew
the thing
boxing,
is,
but
you
I
know
learned
what,
the
a friend of
business, and I
mine.
don't like the
Yeah.
business.
Right. But you know what? A friend of mine, he stopped doing a lot of this stuff. He said, I just watch the fights and I enjoy them better. See, when I came on YouTube, it took away the joy for me of boxing, some of it, because
Social
I got
media
on
is
here.
is crazy because you see all the bullshit online. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
because I don't
god.
care about some of this stuff. Yeah, it's got like now it's gotten to the point where they want to know how many pay-per-views you sold,
Yeah.
how many like I was never into that when I was watching Mike Tyson and all them. Never even paid attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, how
True.
many seats you sold? Oh, they still got tickets. They still got tickets available. Like, yo, they doing all that? All these pseudo lawyers and pseudo contract lawyers and everybody, all these people on, you know what? All this stuff is fake. Trust me.
But
It's
who
fake.
started that?
I
I
don't
never
know.
heard any of that stuff until Eddie Hearn. I
I'm
never
not.
heard
Don't blame
any of
that
that
on
stuff
Eddie
until
Hearn.
It
Eddie
was
Hearn
You
started
before
cannot
talking about
blame
Eddie
that on
Hearn.
boxing.
Eddie Hearn.
It was
He's not
before
even.
Eddie Hearn.
Come on.
When I
Come
came
on.
on, before I even knew of Eddie Hearn, when I came on here with the Mayweather and the Pacquiao mess, they was doing that. It was before Eddie Hearn. So
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Well, I'm talking
I'm
about from my perspective. I never knew about people counting who's in the seats, or only thing I never knew about any of that because I didn't care.
they
But they
do that. It's
make that
not
as a
just Eddie
basic
Hearn.
now who they
They all
promote as a
doing
star.
it. Yeah, it's not just Eddie Hearn. They always doing it. What I'm saying, the fans are doing it.
Yeah.
Now you got fan. Now it's like people. Now I see what Mike Tyson was talking about. He said the boxing is like a game. There's the red corner, blue corner. Remember he said that?
Yeah.
Now it's like
Absolutely.
now you got the top rank cheerleaders, the matchroom cheerleaders, the PBC, the zone, and it's like I ride with this one. Now you know what? It's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be like the WBC cheerleaders, the WBO. This stuff is crazy.
Definitely like that on Twitter. I'm gonna say that. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Well, how's Instagram with the boxing?
I haven't been heavy on Instagram, so I'm really like a Twitter person, so I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
okay.
Like Twitter is enough to like keep you consumed without getting on other social media sites.
Right. Yeah.
But I just want to like thank you, Lisa Bells, and Checkmate. You guys have been very
Checkmate, I
good.
like you
Like you've
though.
been very
You
great conversation tonight.
spoke. I like
I
that.
so appreciate it. I love you guys.
I love you too, man.
Wait,
It
like
was awesome.
this has been 3 hours of like streaming today. 3 hours. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
no.
This was
So
cool.
we
This was
definitely have
cool.
to come back and talk
Well,
about after the Wilder and Fury fight.
Oh
'Cause
yeah. Yeah.
that's gonna be
Yeah. That's the
interesting
biggest fight
conversation.
right now.
Oh
Yeah.
my
It's
god.
gonna be a big one.
So
Yeah.
the fight
It's
Saturday,
gonna be
so I
crazy
might
that night.
I might do a red cup on Sunday since the fight Saturday because I know it's gonna be crazy whoever wins that fight Saturday. So
Ooh-wee.
yeah.
And
well,
people gonna
just
be
know now,
arguing,
okay.
fighting. It's gonna be
Wilder
a mess.
loses, and you don't see me for a few weeks. You already know, okay?
No, but you show up next week
Don't do
after the
that,
fight to come
checkmate.
up here. No, you
Hey,
gotta you gotta
checkmate.
show face. You
Don't
gotta
do
show
that.
face. You
Don't
have
do
to show
that.
face.
A-
Yeah.
AJ lost Saturday, and guess what? I was talking smack that night. I was like, "What the f is he doing?
Yeah, you
How you
gotta show
gonna go
face.
in there and
You
try to
gotta show
box
face.
the master
Yeah.
boxer?" It. I was talking smack. No, don't do that, checkmate. Don't do that.
But you gotta come on. So
And
No,
I
no, no, no,
I
no.
ate my crow.
Don't
I
do
ate
what?
my crow. I asked
cause
people for
Don't do
crow
what?
I'm gonna go live.
recipes.
I'm gonna go live next Sunday since the fight is Saturday because I wanna have like people's honest
No,
opinion
I
like
don't
right after
listen.
the fight. So you gotta show face.
I will when just like after when Wilder lost before, I came to Twitter. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I took my lumps and everything else.
Yeah, cause I talked mad smack before
Me
that
too.
fight. Okay, about Usyk. Okay, so I had to come back and eat my rest crows and um look like a fool. It's all good. So I came back.
Yeah, so I'm gonna end this live for tonight because it's been like 3 hours plus. Ooh, you guys helped me get some streaming hours in. I really appreciate you, Lisa. Because I
Yeah,
do remember speaking with you on Mr. I'm on that bullshit against YouTube. So I remember,
ILTBA,
yeah, yeah, I
ILTBA.
remember you from Jersey. So definitely a pleasure having you on my page. You definitely gave Checkmate a run for his money. You had him
I
pulling up
like
videos and everything, you know. So that was definitely so fun to watch you
Mhm.
guys. You stuck to your shit, you know. And
Yeah.
he sent me 3 videos.
You got to when you a lady. We
Yeah,
ladies in the shark
yeah.
infested water.
Oh
Hmm.
man.
They made us
Uh,
tough.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god. So thanks for
yeah,
everybody in the chat for tuning in. So
yeah,
I'm definitely gonna do a live after the fight on
yeah.
Sunday to get everybody's opinion and reactions to the fight. So definitely tune into that. So thanks again,
Definitely.
Lisa. Thanks
All
again.
right, Micah.
To Checkmate, he definitely kept it interesting, and he didn't. He to add him on, so because I want to thank Checkmate. I was just like signing off. I wanted to thank you and Lisa for coming on and like sticking to your
Yeah.
opinions and your you know for the fight.
Checkmate. You may get me to watch this fight now, and then fought with you. Maybe I
Yeah.
will watch the fight now. See, I got some bend in me. Yeah,
You know,
I
so I
may watch it
appreciate
now.
you two coming on because you guys definitely stuck to what you were like, what your beliefs were.
Yeah,
And Checkmate, you sent me those 3 videos. Checkmate is a beast with his editing. I
Check it
ain't
out the
gonna
movie.
lie.
oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It's sick. Yeah,
when he's
real good.
arguing with folks on Twitter, he will pull up a video like within 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
there's no other like him on Twitter when it comes to those video responses. So
What?
next
yeah,
next
Because it,
Sunday, next Sunday, I'm definitely gonna do a live so everybody could get like their fresh reactions and their opinions
yeah.
on the fight between Fury and Wilder
I'm
because there's gonna be a
Definitely.
lot of hurt folks either on one side or the other, and I'm definitely
Yeah.
I'll
wanna
probably be suspended.
yeah.
I'll probably be suspended, so I'll
No,
have to
you
make a
can't
new
be no,
name.
you can't be emotional like that, yo. You
No, no,
can't be
no,
invested
no,
like
because
that.
I'm getting at everybody. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm getting all up in their guts. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
I'm getting them.
yeah, no,
This
but
it's going to
but
be
if
a
Wilder loses,
holiday.
are you still gonna be in that same energy? You can't run and hide if Wilder
Yeah.
loses. You know?
Yeah.
No. If
I,
Wilder lose, I'm going to be. Listen, I'm going to
So
be.
you're gonna be here next Sunday? Because next Sunday I'm
I'll
gonna
be
do a
under the
live.
cover.
I'm going to be hurt. I'm going to be. My soul, my boxing soul, is going to be snatched for a little bit. If
Why?
Wilder lose,
Ali
because I'm
lost.
emotionally because it's
He was
like
the
this.
great.
If
If
Wilder
Ali
wins,
lost, anybody could lose.
listen, it's not about that. It's more about Eddie Hearn and the Brits. It's more about if the
Oh
you know what I
wow.
mean. I
Eddie
think this
Hearn
is
and
the
the
draft.
Brits. Wow.
Absolutely, I have to get out of the go back
So you
to
gotta have
doing
that
club
same
fights
energy
in
next
UK.
Sunday. You gotta have that same energy
Eddie
next
Hearn ain't got
Sunday.
nothing to do with this
I
fight,
always
dude.
keep that energy. What are you talking about, Nika?
Eddie Hearn
Okay,
ain't got nothing to do
okay.
with this fight.
He has everything to do with it. It's
All right.
UK.
All right.
Well, if you want to keep, well, a lot of my good friends live in the UK, and they some of the
Hey,
best
listen, I've
boxing
had several
fans.
UK girlfriends. Okay, this is not even an issue.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so
I
hopefully all
love
you
my
guys
UK
in
peeps.
the chat will tune in next Sunday because I'm definitely going to do a live. And I want everybody to have like their raw reactions to the fight. And,
Yeah.
hopefully we get a good fight. Thanks to
Oh,
everybody tuning
definitely.
in. Special thanks to
Yeah.
Lisa
I can't
and
wait.
Checkmate.
You're
You make sure
welcome.
you
Thanks for
come back,
having
Miss
me.
Bell.
Yeah. Thank
You
you.
make sure you come back, Miss
Yes,
Bell.
please
Yeah, I
come
love
back
your
next
energy.
Sunday. Please come back next
Yeah.
Sunday. I would love to have you two back on next
Yeah, I
Sunday.
love your energy, Checkmate. Yeah.
All right, so
Yep.
thanks
I
everybody.
love
Have a
yours
good
too, except
night.
the fact that you don't like to take the checkmates. Other than that, keep fighting that fight.
It's all good. It's all good.
Good night,
All
everybody.
right.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
All right. Take care.